She wanna hang with an Indian. 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 Yeah. I wanna go to Australia. I'm trying to fuck with an Iggy. Fuck with an Iggy. I'm getting lit off the shisha. No, I don't fuck with those ciggies. I'm getting turned when I'm gambling. I'm trying to run up a.
Man, fuck. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, Calcloy with the gifted. Thank you, brother. Thank you. 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 Fuck. And welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream where we don't monitor the fucking situation. We monitor the worst market of all time, the most AIDS, autistic, painful piece of shit, garbage, dog shit, fucking disastrous joke, disgrace of a market. Badular, can't speak for you, but thanks for the gift. I was gonna make a ball joke, but I didn't feel like I could pull it off. How much did Andrew charge you for an interview, brother? It's 2026 and you're asking about Andrew Tate? He didn't. Okay, he didn't. I was quoted by, the thing about these big guests is everybody has a representative that like speaks on their behalf or whatever, like a booking guest. And you have to go through the booking guest if you don't have motion to get through the main guy. And so I got quoted $150,000. I told the guy to go fuck himself. And he vowed to destroy my life from that moment forward. Now, it didn't quite happen that way, but he did try. He did try. I was quoted 150K. I said, suck it. And we went backdoor and we got Tate ourselves. So I always wondered, like, if those guys would actually get the money. Right? I always wondered, like, what fee is he taking on that? I don't really know. Welcome back to the stream, man. The hottest business in the world right now is stream media. So welcome back. It's good to have you all beautiful faces back on the stream. I was told I'm supposed to take this shit very seriously now that everybody else is doing it. I was told I'm not going to get VC funding unless I threw in a fucking dress shirt. So here I am. Pinstripes, 16-incher. I think it's 18-incher. Size doesn't really matter, but 18-incher on the chain. And I have some cotton underwear on, which is very fresh. We don't do that polyester. Also, I got to figure out the cuff links on these. Like, I can't really show, like, this is kind of a disgrace. Actually, it's going to fall out too. Well, I didn't really know this was a thing that you're supposed to wear cufflinks. And so I got this thing in the mail and I'm like, it doesn't have a fucking button. And we have this, a friend of mine at the house right now. He's probably the freshest dude we know. And he was like, brother, it's called a cufflink. I said, what is that? This one has a button. He said, brother, that's a placeholder for a cufflink. And I was like, got it. So maybe at the end of the stream, we'll do some cufflink shopping and we'll figure out what exactly is going on there. But a quick preface, our God is always wearing the freshest shirt. Bro, you got to stop with the God shit, man. Fuck. You got to stop with the God stuff, man. It's just like, you got to stop with the God. Our God. So we'll figure it out. Welcome back to the stream. We have a lot to talk about today, okay? We have a disaster going on in Iran. It's not going on in Pakistan because there's no negotiations. They sent JD Vance on a fucking plane to go to Pakistan, and then Iran said we're not showing up. Okay, I was early. By the way, I just want everybody to be very known and very aware that I was early to the whole, like, They were sabotaging JD Vance. I mean, they threw that brother on a plane. They said, go back to Pakistan for the second time. And Iran said, we're not coming. So JD Vance is in the middle of the I don't know, the Baltic Sea right now, flying to Pakistan, and there's nobody there for him. There's nobody there. He's gonna get there. There's gonna be nobody there. There's nobody there. So we got war updates. We have oil candling again. We have this. He called off the trip. Yeah, thanks, DNAP. So I didn't know planes couldn't turn around. We have this massive short squeezing car, which I'm fat. You know, this is so like stocks are fun because I'm just like a freak about just letting you know, Noodle Top chill. I just love lore, and so there's so much more lore that's going on in stocks, and so there's this massive short squeeze. It's up like 7x in a couple days, and there's a crazy stuff happening there. There's also this hot ball of money you have to follow in stocks. Amazon dropped a HIMS killer. HIMS dropped an Amazon killer. Cities long HIMS. Everyone's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Kevin Warsh did a hearing today. Crypto is over because DeFi is a lie and is a disgrace. We're going to talk about DeFi. We're going to talk about good crypto, bad crypto. We're going to talk about AI. Sam Altman shitting on Mythos. We have a million fucking trillion things to talk about today. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. I love the fucking game. Stuff's moving. Market is a disaster, but there is money to be made, and we are going to talk about all of it. Roll call, baby. Live the Life TV. Tom Brady. What's good? 00XM. What's good? Coke. What's good? Pudgy. What's good? Stacks. What's good? Crypto. What's good? Vabler. What's good? Jackson Ray. What's good? Malcolm. What's good? Houdini Swap. Psy. What's good? Sherbert. Cal. What's good? Blake. What's good? Cats. What's good? Smoa. House Goblin. Hitty Character. Shifts. D. What's good? What's good? Cats. Tulip King. El Dorado. Seth. Spicy Meatball. My brethren. What's good? Our God. Houdini Swap. What's good? Kenyon. Why are you calling me God? What did you make money on? This doesn't. I know this ends. Okay. The guy who calls you God calls you a fucking slur in like about 3 weeks. ACD first chatter, welcome. Pudgy, what's good? Rex, what's good? Andrew, what's good? What's good? Eli's, what's up, homie? Nick, what's up? Hidden, Baldular, what's good? Alex, what's good? What's good? All right, look, we have a lot to talk about today. Bloom, what's up, homie? No guests today because I feel like we should have so much to talk about. But I'll maybe bring. I kind of want to bring like a regular back tomorrow. Maybe a Mando, maybe a Trader Main, maybe a Tolks, who I'm obsessed with. This is my favorite account. You want some ball knowledge real quick? We could do Thicky again. This is my favorite account on Twitter right now. You don't tell him I said it because he'll get shy. He won't come on. This is maybe the best account on Twitter right now as far as the market. Understanding the market and what we're gonna say. We're gonna talk about the market a lot today. These low time frame moves are very schizo. I'm just sitting in cash. And I'm waiting for something interesting to happen like HIMS, because what is happening on LTF right now is just pure schizophrenia. It's pure schizophrenia. USDAI, the founder hit me up. Do you want him on? USDAI. I didn't even realize that TGE. Jesus, am I just slacking? Let's see. USDAI. Oh, it's just the stable though. Got it. Cool. The founder wants to come on. Maybe we'll bring him back on at some point. David, he's come on the stream before, and we very much liked him. So I got a few intro stuff. I want to set the stage a little bit here. First and foremost, quick shout out that I didn't even realize. Do you realize yesterday was 420? Did you realize yesterday was 420? It's like the most washed is the account. What the fuck happened to 420? Why is bro walking the Foot Locker employee fit today? Dog. The fact that it was 420 yesterday, that used to be a thing that Americans took very seriously. Now, if you a grown-ass man talking about happy 420, you look, bro, I was at this coffee store the other day, and this woman in front of me was like 10 p.m. on a Monday, whatever. I'm at a coffee shop, and this woman in front of me goes up to the front desk to order a matcha or Americano or something, and the barista was like, "Oh, you're here later than normal," and she's like, "Oh, I'm off work today. I'm celebrating," and the barista goes, "Oh my God, 420." And the woman looks at her and she's like, no, it's my birthday. And everyone in this whole place was like, damn, big miss. Big time miss, man. 420 holiday. It's like, dog, it's 2026. The second they legalize something, it's just mid and cringe. It's just like the same way that when all the VCs get hype about something, it's mid and cringe, you know? It's hard. I don't know exactly what happened, but I remember when I was in like junior year of high school, I used to be fired up about 420. Or like I was in college, I'm like, dog, we're smoking all day. We're smoking joints all day. Now it's like, dog, you could walk to the coffee store and they're selling like infused matcha out the back. That shit is whack. Extremely whack. So I don't know. All I know is that used to be some shit I'm throwing on my IG story talking about happy 420. Now it's like, brother, what are you talking about? So I didn't even realize, bro, I didn't even realize it happened yesterday. It's just like, look, I don't shame on you if you smoke, but weed in the big 2-6, we're over it. So that's number one. Number two, I have an intro. Jez posted a video. I want to watch it. It's 4 minutes long. And I'm like so excited to watch it. A time lapse of the history of CT. It's old. He just posted it. Let's set the tone and let's watch it. And I got some takes. Market close very soon.
Hi everyone, it's been a while
This might be our new intro, by the way. Tell me if you think this should be our new intro. Tell me if you think this should be our new intro.
since I did the video, and I just want to do a quick.
I'm Roger.
anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, sex trafficking. Those are real use cases. The last time I've ever stated my opinion.
I play you this video because, hold on. One more. I play you this video because near the end of the stream, after a full 3 hours and some change of talking about stocks and pumps and rips and 6X's and 7X's and 10X's and short squeeze and hated rallies and everything in between, the only time crypto is going to get mentioned is going to be in a relatively negative light. And at some point along this journey, whether it's now, whether it's in 6 months, whether it's in a year, we might wake up and be like, wow, we haven't talked about a coin that isn't Bitcoin in I don't know how long. And the only thing I can think about since we had Tom Kaiser on is at a certain point in every man's life, in every great man's life, they stray away from home and they always end up back home. They always return to Bitcoin. They always return to Bitcoin. And I was thinking about this. I actually did talk about this on the stream before we do market close. I was talking about this on the Gore podcast in the intro. And I was like it or hate it, my brain and the product of threadguy, what I've become, in my opinion, is the accumulation of that video we just watched. It's a product of crypto Twitter. I was actually born on crypto Twitter. Like I was created, I was incepted on CT as a human. I was born on this platform and I like learned how to be a human on crypto Twitter. And so if you look at me and you think I fucking suck, you should hate the market that you're a part of, is what you should do. You should hate where you came from, because where you came from made me. And we're going to talk about crypto later today. And it's not going to be the most optimistic convo of all time. I just don't think it is. The Arbitrum stuff is like kind of bleak, man. I'm going to be honest. We're going to talk about it. Arbitrum froze $300 million, whatever. It's pretty bleak. There's no framing around the Arbitrum stuff that is like optimistic. I don't really believe that there is. I'm sorry to say that. I don't believe that there is 70 million, whatever. I don't believe that there is a framing around ARB that is optimistic. There just isn't. And so I don't know. We're going to get there. What a special video from Jez. Couple more intro stuff real quick. Second is the youth is injecting fat loss drugs, taking boner pills, and smashing their faces with hammers. We're living in dark times. I don't know what you think, but I'm a believer. When I see this, I think to myself, the kids are going to be all right. I think the Zoomer and Gen Alpha coming up generation has never been more about it from a perspective of making it happen and making shit shake. I really believe this. Yes, the face smashing, bone smashing isn't the most optimistic thing that's ever happened in the world. But these kids are, bro, give me the peptide generation over the iPad generation any day of the week. Give me bone smashing over iPads any day of the week. Any day of the week. Whatever happens, no gen can be worse than millennials. Seriously. It's absolutely impossible to spit out a generation that was more lost in a waste than millennials. It's impossible. They call it the lost generation, millennials. They didn't do anything. They didn't reproduce, no children, nothing. It's impossible to be worse than that. And so you might as well try something different, okay? You might as well try something different. Now, not every millennial is bad or useless or just consuming energy on the planet, but a lot of them are, okay? A lot of them are. So shout out to my millennials that watch the stream, but not all of y'all came through is just what I'll say, okay? So that's my take on that. I'm gonna just skip this on the intro topic because what am I supposed to do with Sex GPT? This is rough. This is the opposite side. This is rough. The guy with no kids shitting on millennials for not having kids. This one is rough. I'm gonna just skip that. And then I want to read you one. I want to talk about one topic real quick, and then we'll start the stream. There's this neon. Before we'll do market close right after this. I want to give you a take real quick, and then we'll go. Because I think we're about to get into it. One millennials best generation. Name one good millennial. Name one. Okay, I want to talk on this topic real quick, and then we'll get into it. Neon explains why he takes gambling deals despite the public backlash. People frown upon it, but it's like, why would I not take a deal that could change my life? I also like gambling. I have a genuine passion for it. I was 17 years old. I lost 200K. Every dime to my name from gambling. I've always loved gambling. Gambling deals are like normal sponsors on crack, on actual crack. It's money you've never seen or heard of before, and you have no idea why they're paying this much, but they're paying it. I want to give a take on where I think all of this influencer distribution stuff is going. The reason gambling platforms are able to pay so much money is that they were the first platform, the first vertical in tech and on the internet that realized that they are a commodity, right? There's nothing unique that any gambling platform offers that another one can't, right? There's nothing novel about the tech. We could spin up a stake clone probably in the duration of the stream. Now, some of them scam, some of them don't, but from a completely tech perspective, there's nothing that any gambling site offers that another one couldn't. Okay? And so what they realized very early on is that they're a very profitable business, and the only way that one gambling platform could differentiate itself from another one is who they sign. And so if you have shit margins, but you could get Aiden Ross or one of these guys for deep 8 figures, it's worth it. Because if you don't get them, the other platform is going to get them and it's going to win. Okay? Every gambling platform realized this very, very early. Now, the real kicker is that the GTO option for someone like a Clav, like if you were to take a gambling deal, right? Take the stake deal. Instead of taking $40 million from stake to gamble on the platform, he should just make his own platform. It would win, right? It's just like instead of Clav taking $40 million from HIMS to promote peptides and to promote finasteride and to promote Viagra and Cialis and all of these pills, Clav should just make his own HIMS competitor, his own distribution platform. It would crush, right? It would absolutely crush. And so what's happened with these gambling platforms when they realized our tech is a commodity, we don't offer anything unique, we don't have any unique patents, we don't have a product, we don't have some proprietary gambling software. We offer nothing unique fundamentally as a product. The only thing we offer is reach and marketing. That commoditization of gambling platforms is going to happen across every vertical. Okay? It's sort of happened in physical products, right? We've seen Skims do it. We've seen Prime do it. But I think very soon, it's going to be the era where these deals are going to start getting so ridiculous from every platform to sign influencers when they realize the only thing they have is these influencers. And the biggest threat to like a distribution, like the biggest threat to a HIMS is Clav making his own. It's the biggest threat. Or the biggest threat to like Gymshark is Togi making his own. The biggest threat to Nike is Skims and Kim Kardashian making her own. It's the biggest threat to all of these platforms. And so as the deals get more and more and more ridiculous, you're also going to see more and more and more and more of these influencer brands just fucking crush. I really think it's going to happen. And so when Neon does a interview and he says, I don't know why they're paying so much. Well, they're paying so much because they make money off the payment, obviously. And they're paying so much because Neon would make more money. Neon gambling platform would make more money than he makes on stake deal, I really think. And so it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out. But I thought it was a cool clip, and it was a clip worth talking about before we get to market close, which fucking sucks, man. What a disaster. What an absolute ever-loving disaster that we are looking at right now. Before I show the screen, before we go over market close, Before I go over market close, threadguy, create your own blockchain. No, blockchains are completely fried. They're fried. They're completely fried. Before we go over market close, here's what I want to know. Let's reset. Let's lock in. We got markets to talk about. We got money to make. We got trades to identify. And we have spots to pick. What are you in? What are you long? What are you short? What are you up money? What are you down money? Where are you at right now? Biggest positions. Let's go. What do you got? Cash. Nice. TG, what do you think about polymarket perps? We'll talk about it. I think polymarket's fucking the truth. Trump truth. Did it just come out? I'll look at it in a minute. Short Ave. Nice. Long in Real Madrid. How? Down in size. Spot hype. Up NFTs. Really. Short BTC. ETH BTC stole short. Wheat and cash. Sportsbook. Got it. Long chip. Outlay. Long Amazon. Close BTC short. Long hype. ETH Sol. Long gold. Up on Astro. Oh, God. Shout out to Quant for all. Long XMR. How is it doing, Wavy? Sailor fan. Long HPE. What is that? Is that hype? You spelled it wrong? Unfortunately, holding XPL. What a disaster that was. Announcement of a lifetime. He can't even move. Alt Spot. Travis Scott sneakers. Are they up? Threadguy, please buy my soul. No, HP is a thing. Okay, well, look. Hewlett Packaging. Long Mog. Really? Are you? Long Mog. Ceasefire extended. Did it? Oh, my God. Ah! It's unreal. It's absolutely unfucking believable. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It is unfucking believable. It's unbelievable. How is anybody trading any of this? Why even trade? Oh, it's unbelievable. It is based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister of Pakistan, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as our leaders and representatives can come with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade in all other respects, remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as our proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or another. President Donald J. Trump. How is the market even reacting anymore? How? Wow. Seriously, man. Seriously, man. Seriously. Why are you so mad? Just trade price action. I'm not trading it. It's just eights. I'm not mad. It's eights. It's like the most frustrating. I'm not trading it. I'm flat. I was going to start trading today. I was going to start shorting ETH. I said, nope. I've made a bunch of good trades. I made a great trade on HIMS. I'm up money. My port looks good. I'm not going to do it. This is where I lose money. And of course I would have lost money, but I didn't do it. But it's still like complete eights. Wow, man. What? Let's see if anything reacted. BTC can. Look at this. Look at this. This is nuts. Okay. Let's go over market close. That is just so insane. All right, let's go over market close. This is going to be a fun stream. I mean, it's insanity. Okay. It's absolute insanity. LOTJ, how am I supposed to learn? Brother, you're on a 1K to 100K challenge right now. Okay. You're going to be all right. Trading like a trench or zoom out. I'm in cash, brother. I'm in cash, but I have to stream it. I have to wake up and fucking stream about low time frame price action. It's like, yeah, I have to stream it, brother. Fuck. All right, let's go over it. And hey, any other positions to call out real quick? Any other positions you want to call out real quick before we go over market close? Any other positions you want to call out real quick? Long and stables. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Short hype. Let's go. All right. SPY closes off a cliff on the announcement that there will be no negotiations to happen in Pakistan. JD Vance was supposed to go. He surprisingly did not go and has not made it. But we just got a ceasefire extension announcement. Strait of Hormuz is still closed, but oil goes down. And SPY closes down 0.65%. It was a pretty interesting day. Like, it looked pretty good today, to be honest. But Vance and it's crazy. JD Vance doesn't get on a plane. Probably billions of dollars are lost. It's crazy. Didn't some ships make it through the strait? I don't even know at this point. Q's down 0.34. Software impressively. Let's see. Software impressively up 0.44. Not bad. Everything else, SPX down 0.6. The Dow down 0.5. It was approaching 50K, but not quite able to squeeze it out. And the Russell is down about 1%. Crypto and money generally. 4 cruise ships made it through. Who the fuck's getting on a cruise ship through the Strait of Hormuz? 2 cruise ships clear the Strait of Hormuz after being stranded for weeks. Who's on a cruise ship in Iran right now? Seems like a good idea. 2 cruise ships successfully left the region. Analyst number 3. I think they're on the cruise before the war. Can you imagine you spent like 50 bands on like an all-inclusive vacation through the Strait of Hormuz the one time it gets closed? They're headed towards Cape Cod. Damn. Brutal. Imagine hitting at mine. Yeah, imagine that. That's flattering. The VIX is up 3.5% today. Crazy. Look at this PA. It's ridiculous. Cruises on 50 bands. No, like imagine you went like all inclusive, you know? Zcash 311. This is kind of trading like shit. I don't really know why. Bitcoin looks okay, but very weak as well. 75.5. ETH is 23.20. Just like schizo. Look at this. Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is price range. Up, down, 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 up, down. It's only over 8 hours, but it's just ridiculous. Solana 85 still looks horrible. We go longer, higher time frames so you can see these charts cleaner. Hype 39. There was a Polymarket and Kalshi perps announcement today in tandem with some bearish risk stuff, and so I don't know if that is why we're down, but we are down today on the daily. Monero looks really good. Wow. Monero looks insane. Shout out Wavy 80 is long Monero. He fucking binked this trade. He threw it in the pit too. Shout out Wavy. Give my brother some W's on that. Maybe the only crypto token that looks decent right now. Nice trade. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be scared to be long this shit right now, but it's trading well. It is trading well. Let's see. BTCD still at 60%. Not bad. Stretch under 100. So we have nothing to talk about there. Gold's down 2.3% on the daily. Silver's down 4%. Silver chart looks pretty ugly. I can't lie. Might be I'm late. Welcome, Rectal. XMR always a buy after a hack. Yeah, good point. That's actually a fun thesis. Is you could just long Monero after every hack. Yeah, you know, every time we get hacked, you realize that the privacy coins are just really goated. Pinstripe's looking clean. Thank you, dude. You realize the privacy coins are just really goated after every hack. Every time. You're like, yeah, these probably are maybe the few crypto tokens that matter. Energy's up across the board, but we just had some fuckery go down in oil, but it's actually trading pretty well. I can't lie. Regardless. Strait's still closed, right? Nothing's getting through. Strait's still closed. Zcash is looking quite weak. No position for me right now. Yeah, this was this was a hack. This candle, all this was, I forget what it was. What was the hack? Also, what was the platform Tom Kaiser showed us? It was called Rate something, where you can see all the hacks. I forget what this was, but this was a 9-figure hack. New Trump tweet. We'll get there in a minute. Rect dot what was it called, DNAP? Rect dot news. Yeah, this is brutal. It's like, look at how many there are just from February 27th. It's biggest crypto hacks. Just from February 27th. 10 mil. 500K. Unknown. 3 mil. 28 mil. 73K. 5 mil. 25 mil. 300 mil. Unclear. 2.5 mil. It's like there's so many, bro. It's actually, the writer's a bit of a drama queen, but they're quite good. I actually don't know. I'd never heard of it. Energy, everything is green right now. Oil's trading crazy. We'll look at it. Palantir flat. Defense is down a lot. What happened here? Ooh, what happened to this? Northrop Grumman, what happened here? This was a nice short. What happened? It's down like 7% of the day. NOC, I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to that. That's an interesting one. Chemical fertilizer stuff is all up. Shout out to Tulip King. Big tech, AMD is a monster. Up 3.5 today. Oracle up 2. Microsoft up a good amount. Amazon, weird chart. Up about 1%. Meta down. Apple down 3% on new CEO announcement, which we will look at in a little bit here shortly. Nvidia down 1%. Google down 1.5. Tesla down 1.5. You know I hate this coin. I just think it's the worst long in all of big tech right now. Can you get him on stream? Who? Trump? Oh, the new CEO. Korean index ATH as well. Remember we had who do we have on to say along this? This was it was Mando was talking about it. It was Mando. Maybe we'll get Mando on tomorrow. But this hits a new ATH, and then some consumer stuff we like. Car, which is an absolute fucking face ripper that we will talk about. Maybe we are going to talk about. I'm probably going to spend a lot of the time. I can share my watch list. Yes. Probably spent a lot of time talking about this today. I mean, this is up. Look at this. In the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Basically, in the last 3 weeks, this thing is up 6x on infinite size with basically no coverage on anything. It's a generational short squeeze. I don't really understand it. But what I do know is I have a lot of coverage on it for us to go over and learn. So we will go over it. We'll cover it. We'll try to figure out exactly what happened. Yeah, it's a month of trade up. It's up 20% today, and it's up 6x in the last like month, give or take. Oracle's up 2, Intel up 1%, and then everything else is pretty nasty. Circle down 10, Coinbase down 8, Snap down 6, Hood down 5.5, Hims. Kind of got a brutal announcement that Amazon. Here's the announcement. I'll just read it to you. Amazon One Medical launched a national GLP-1 program for weight loss drug patients. Amazon offers injectables starting at $2.99 and Oracle drugs at $150 per month. Amazon basically vamped Hims' business model 1-to-1. Now, I had to imagine that we had sort of somebody had to have thought that was going to happen. This is exactly why I sold Hims when I did, because to hold it any longer was to fundamentally understand their business model, which I had absolutely no interest in fundamentally understanding their business model. So I sold, which turned out to be a nice trade. Now, I clicked back into it for a second today because, I mean, just look at this PA. Look. I clicked back for a second because it, like, falls off a cliff, and then it starts ripping on volume, and I'm like, oh, my God. This is just retracing the whole move. And then I got out of it really quick. It was a stupid little click. No conviction, just purely chart. Clicked it, got out. But Hims not great. MSTR down 4. DoorDash down 4. But they did have a cool stablecoin announcement today. XYZ is down 3. Zeta 2. Figma 1.5. The worst stock of all time is Figma. This thing is a fucking disaster. Just complete disgrace. No cufflinks. Yeah, I just found out about those today, brother. That Yeah, the worst stock of all time. Roblox, Rhino is long. He tweeted, let's actually mark this. Horizontal line. Let's go like hour. I think he's long like right about here. Like, let's go like Rhino entry. Rhino entry, I think, is like right here. He tweeted he's long, I think, purely on chart, but it's a good one to be aware of. And then nothing else we really care about on the stock side. Now, altcoins, here we are. Grass up 10%. Who cares? Monero is just, damn, fucking wavy 80. That little fucker, huh? What the hell, man? That little fucker. Monad looks decent, but crypto looks, alts look terrible. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. All these things, these all look terrible, dude. Jupiter, terrible. Pepe, they all look like shit. Pump, just a disaster. I mean, I don't know. These coins look so bad to me. There's nothing of interest at all in alts. There's nothing of interest in altcoins. I'm sorry. There's just not. The privacy stuff is it. The privacy stuff is just unequivocally it. Tau, I mean, look at this fucking Tau chart. Is so weak. So weak. Are you willing to long oil now? I value my mental health. I care about my future. I would like to be, what's the word for you can have kids? Fertile. I like to be fertile. I care about my future. Last but not least, you're so handsome. Thanks. All right, focus. Last but not least, we have like 5 fuckery things in crypto. One is that girl that we like played the video of as a joke that got the pump fund badge, literally launched a coin in 1 second. Got a pump fund badge, launched a coin. Just, this is a state of on chain. Girl gets the badge, launches a coin. Then there's this complete asteroid drama, which I just didn't follow. You don't ask me how I saw it the second she tweeted it. There's this crazy asteroid drama. I don't even really know what happened. Sol 1 is completely dead. And the main one is, I mean, guys, I don't know. It's pretty impressive. I will say that. Now, once again, I'm not buying it. It's again, philosophically not interesting to me. Fundamentally not interesting to me. Novelness, anything. It's not interesting to me at all. Nothing about this is interesting except for the chart, which looks very good. It does. Chart looks good. I don't know what to tell you. Chart looks good. And it's impressive. I know there's some fuckery that went on. Yeah, the mom did something. By the way, you know what I was thinking about? Remember on oh wait, we'll look at Mog real quick. Before we do war updates, do you remember like they want me to look at Mog. No, wrong Mog. Bro says it's reversed 2 down years. Okay. I wouldn't exactly call that a breakout. But I mean, I love Mog with all my heart. I'll forever love Mog. Yeah, I can follow you real quick. And I want to give you a take. Eli. I thought I follow you, brother. Type in the chat, I'll follow you. Anyways. One thing before we go over war updates. God, fine, I'll do it. E_lot. Why does he get this fucking like priority treatment? Here. Chasing waterfalls. What's your PFP? All right. Do you remember real quick when Peanut launches and the owner of the squirrel didn't like the coin, and so he tried to vamp it with his own coin, but he struggled to vamp it with his own. I mean, this guy who owned the squirrel that got killed, but he couldn't really vamp it with his own coin because his Twitter was just like a bunch of pictures of his dick. Do you remember that? Like a lot of dick pics, like an alarmingly large amount of dick pics. Like he's like 20 dick pics. Like no, like hundreds of dick pics. Don't ask me like how. Look, Solana Trenches did a lot of stuff to like you're doing DD. 100%. You're doing DD. And so that was just like part of the game. But do you remember this? Like he just had like a lot of dick pics. Like he was like a porn. I mean, he was like a porn star. I don't know if star is the right word, but he was just like a porn guy. Like it was just like endless. It was like endless dick pics, and then it was like rest in peace. My little squirrel got hit by a bazooka. Dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. Rest in peace, Peanut. Dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. And I feel like the post. Part of the reason the post stopped from like Elon and whatnot is because he saw the guy's Twitter and he was kind of like, what do I do here? And so you ask me how this is relevant, and the answer is it's not. I just was thinking about people vamping coins that are like the owner of the thing, and I was thinking about this guy's dick pics last night. So that is my story. Now, with that, war updates, baby. Here we go. Here we are. So I'm gonna give like 5 updates. And then we're going to talk about how Car ripped his 7X in a day as the best performing stock in a long time. All right. So Trump did a speech this morning. Pete Hegg said, fuck! Made it an hour, though. Trump did a speech this morning. He went on CNBC Squawk Box. And he said nothing of interest, really. He said, he saw the market was up before war. But I unfortunately told my team I had to go on an excursion to a little place called Iran to stop the world from a nuclear Iran, is what he said. Which is just like, okay. I'm seeing on the screen right now the Dow was almost 50K and oil is only at $90. That's not bad. Philosophical target, psychological target that can never get past 50K mentioned again. Then he says Iran will be sending their delegates to negotiate. We'll end up with a great deal. The United States is in full control of the strait. I don't want to extend the ceasefire. We need to get the deal done soon. This was this morning, okay? I'm ready to start tacking if everything gets done. And then we have to continue investigating Jerome Powell on the Fed renovation building. I had built a bigger hotel than his building for $210 million, which is much cheaper. Followed by, I'll be disappointed if Kevin Warsh doesn't start cutting rates. There's a lot of pressure on Mr. Kevin, 30 agents in your pocket, Warsh, to cut rates when the time comes. Now, this happened overnight. U.S. forces conducted a right of visit, maritime indirection and boarding of the stateless sanctioned MT Tiffany. Well, that incident, I don't really know what this is, actually. This is just on my doc. Let's see. Also, I don't have cuff. What am I supposed to do with this? Do I just like double roll it up? What do I do with it? Like this? Fuck, man. We'll figure it out. What exactly am I watching? Okay. I don't know. I just like had this in the doc. I don't entirely know what this is. Should they blew a hole in? I don't think so. Yeah, worse slop. Anyways, let's keep going here. So, then we get this. Iran closes the strait. It's been closed. I guess this is like sort of outdated info, but it's important to follow like what happened today. It's just like low time frame trading right now is very, 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 very schizo. It's been declared closed till further notice. Now, it's funny because Iran declares it closed, but then the U.S. is saying they're the ones closing it. So, like, they're both saying it's closed. Oil down on the news. They're both saying it's closed, but for different reasons. Iran's like, no, we're closing it. And the U.S. is like, no, we're closing it. And Iran's like, no, it's closed because of us. And Trump's like, no, we've closed the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran's like, no, it's no, they're fighting over who's closed it, but it remains closed. So it doesn't really make a difference, but it is closed. Either way. Then there's this. Let's watch this real quick. And then I'll read you the latest updates so we get the fuck out of this topic. Let's see.
Restocking. We caught a ship yesterday that had some things on it which wasn't very nice. A gift from China, perhaps. I don't know. But I was a little surprised, but because I have a very good relationship, and I thought I had an understanding with President Xi, but that's all right. That's the way war goes, right? But I will tell you that our military is incredible, what we've done. I mean,
it's crazy. This is the picture they use for Trump. He looks terrifying. I can't lie. It's like an alpha ass picture. So that comes out, followed by this, which is that Wyckoff and Kushner, who's scheduled to be in Pakistan, are still in the U.S. Never left. JD Vance as well, never left. And so the news was 2 minutes before market open, JD Vance is on a plane to Pakistan. Okay, and so what do you think happens when the market finds out 2 minutes before market open, Vance is on the way to Pakistan? Well, we opened fucking green. But guess what? No, he's not. It never happened. Of course. It didn't happen. And so right before I got on stream, New York Times reports, relatively recently, negotiations are on hold. Iran not sure if they want to keep talking. Vance still in D.C., Wyckoff and Kushner leaving Miami to come to D.C. Trump said this morning both sides will be meeting in Pakistan to negotiate. He'd likely extend the ceasefire if negotiations are underway. Oil spiked to 90 off of this. And so then an announcement comes out that they are not negotiating and there'll be nobody in Iran for Vance to meet. But at the same time, Trump says, you know what? Anyways, I'm still down to extend. And so, yeah, that's basically it. Is like Iran's decision to not be in Pakistan Wednesday is final. They announced this. And then Trump follows it up with this. Extending ceasefire until Iran submits unified proposal and discussions conclude. And let's see what let's read it one more time now that we're calm, clear-headed, clear-minded. Let's see. Here it is. So he says, statement of President Donald J. Trump. Based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister of Pakistan, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded. One way or another. President Donald J. Trump. This one doesn't sound like him, I'm not going to lie. But look, two things are true here. Trying to trade low time frame, directional bias on like the market is impossible. I mean, it's every day we're back and forth. It's every day, bro. We're back and forth. But I wish we had a ticker like bullish today, bearish today. Not what the market did, but sentiment on news. De-escalation or escalation. If we had like a day, it's every day. It's green, red, green, red, green, red. Blah, 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 every day. Second thing that's true, unequivocally true, is that Trump wants to get the fuck out. He's had many spots now where he's threatened escalation. They've basically been like, do it, bro. And he hasn't done it. I mean, what else do you make of today? In my opinion, Trump has had many spots to do it where he said he's going to do it. And we sort of believed he's going to do it. But he's very clearly not going to do it. Unless things get much, much, much worse. And he has to. But, man, it was like last Friday I was saying his praises. And I was saying 40 chess. Rasmer was right. The pod guy was right. All these 40 chess anti-panicking guys were right. He pulled it off. Well, it didn't happen. And now the only way to look at this thing, I'm sorry I'm flip-flopping every day, but you can only flip-flop with new information. America looks, this is a Trump L, I think. This is a Trump L. It has to be. Has to be a Trump L. Not to say that I wish he went into Iran and started blowing shit up again, but it very much feels like when we get into the nitty gritty of things, does not feel like we have like a dominant upper hand here. And he's been able to sort of chop that out by ceasefire, no ceasefire, ceasefire, no ceasefire. He's been able to chop that out by controlling the market, which I think he's done a very good job at. Done a very, very, very good job at controlling the market. But this is a real one. This is a weird one. He doesn't want to cripple the country of Iran for a decade. No. I fully stand by his ability to do that. But a lot of threats and then no deal and then back out anyways puts you in a weird spot, I think, from a negotiation standpoint, right? Threat, don't get what you want, and then back out. And it's like where you know, as time goes on, it's like where does that leave you? And so trying to trade this low time frame is, I mean, it's very clear what's going to happen is we're just going to keep flip-flopping back and forth, but leaning long the whole time. And then there's going to be a ceasefire announcement. We're going to rip. Maybe it's final. Maybe it's not. But the market wants to go up. It continues to feel this way. And this is where we're at with oil. Pretty schizo to try to trade this. I stopped. I stopped, and I meant it when I said I stopped. I really meant it when I stopped. I don't know. Does anyone have a position on oil open? Seriously. Don't lie to me. Do you have a position on oil open? Thread for president. Maybe one day. Is anyone long, short oil? I'm genuinely curious. Wait, I just got a sick DM. Hey! It's gonna be a while, but I just picked a sick guess, dude. Let's fucking go. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go. I'll announce it in a couple days. Let's fucking go. We just got a binker. All right, that's where we're at, though. Okay, let's go. Let's go over some of this oil stuff, and then we'll talk about car. No, not Sailor, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. I'm fucking hyped. Let's go, bro. All right, I'm gonna read a couple tweets on. I'm gonna read a couple oil tweets, and then just because I think it's relevant again. Like I know we haven't been talking about it that much, but I think it's relevant on like how it's trading, and then we'll move on. I think this is an important one to understand. And so it says, Bloomberg's analysis tries to answer the confusing oil price question. Why has the gap between paper and physical been so huge since the war began? It's kind of the billion-dollar question. Simply put, the war has split the global oil market into two separate worlds, physical and financial. In the physical market, people trade actual crude that can be delivered immediately to refineries. Prices depend on the distance, transport access, shipping, and insurance. North America has plenty of local oil, so prices are much lower there. European and Asian buyers pay a huge premium for scarce spot cargoes. But unless markets are fully isolated, then prices will eventually converge. The financial markets trade mostly paper contracts. Prices reflect traders' expectations for the months ahead. They've stayed relatively restrained because they account for many variables, from the war itself to the macroeconomy. The two markets are connected, yet they will always send wildly different signals during a crisis. Right now, amid war shocks, there is no simple, unified answer for the real price of oil. Several comments. 1, high physical oil prices are slowing global growth hard. I feel like we haven't really seen this hit. I haven't seen a lot of good commentary on this. I don't know if you've seen this in the actual supply chain yet. Supply is breaking, factories cutting output, shutting down, going under. Demand is breaking too. People earning less, spending less. The global economy is entering recession, potentially a catastrophic short-term crash. Lower futures prices just reflect a lower equilibrium of supply and demand. 2, second, many countries, especially in Asia, face economic and currency crisis from broken supply chains and collapsing public finances. Capital flight is strengthening the dollar as a safe haven. All else equal, a stronger dollar pushes down dollar-denominated oil prices. That's an interesting take, actually. Stronger dollar, oil price down, but it's actually more valuable. In short, the weakening futures curve isn't naive optimism. It's judgment on massive macro risk ahead. Oil will fall to a new equilibrium that price is in recession and a strong dollar. That's actually an interesting take. Third, this very energy crisis will accelerate the world's move away from reliance on imported oil and gas. We'll see a structural shift towards more green, clean energy and coal in the global energy mix. Even if oil supply fully recovers, lower demand will push prices down anyways. Bottom line, futures trading below spot has many causes. It's not just a call on the war. It's a cool piece. I hadn't really considered the dollar like arb there. This is crazy. I'm not going to spend much time on this, but new reports from today indicate that this Indian tanker fell for a fake IRGC crypto scam. They paid USDT to the scammers, thinking they could now pass through freely, and got shot at by real IRGC forces. First time a crypto transaction led directly to maritime warfare. Brother, wait, let's listen to it real quick. There's nothing like crypto's ability to scam. They're the best in the world. It's not funny, but like, okay, I was cracking up yesterday. I was actually in the shower thinking about this. The MTS thing that launched yesterday, the news. There's no mods in there's no mods in Twitter stream. And so they launched their live stream and the entire chat is just hundreds of Solana meme coin traders spamming a CA for MTS. Spamming it like 100. I'm just like cracking up. I'm like, bro, it's so ridiculous. And if you don't know crypto, you just like would never get it. Hundreds of Solana meme coin traders spamming MTS with CAs. Claim the fees, claim the fees, claim the fees, claim the fees. Like it's honestly classic. It's classic. I'm sorry, it's classic.
SEPA Navy. This is Motorenga Sanmar Herald. You gave me clearance to go. My name second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are fighting now. Let me turn back.
This is insane. If that's real. Honestly, poor guys. Yeah, that is. I think that they made it fine. Do not redeem it. But yeah, crypto just finds its way every way. Every way. Finds its way every way. And then last but not least, before I move on, is
the blockade has been a tremendous success. They said 2 days ago, we will open the strait. I said, no, we're not going to open the strait until we have a final deal. No, we want to open the strait. They said, we're not opening. We totally control the strait, just so you understand, for all the fake news out there.
And
why does the U.S. government prevent the free movement of crude oil and LNG tankers then? This terrorist regime must be stopped immediately. Oh, you couldn't see it. Sorry. This terrorist regime must be stopped immediately. I give immense props to the few traders that have stuck with their longs on oil. PP Poo Poo is one of them. I don't know how. I have Calvin muted right now because he was just like scaring me with the posts. I don't know how this guy has been able to keep a mental health straight. I really don't. But he has done it. And he is maybe going to get paid. I mean, look at this chart. Look at this chart. It is a crazy one. Now, the daily is rough. But, man, imagine you've been long this chart since, like, here. You've been long since here. And you've gone like this. Do. I mean, brother, that is a chart where there are bodies. That is a painful chart where there are bodies. Okay. Now, that's oil. That's war. It is kind of a mess, but we have a lot of other stuff to talk about, and we are going to do just that. The thing that I'm the most excited to talk about today is a ticker by the name of CAR, okay? I like to think that I've gotten really good at spotting a lot of these attention ripper, retail, consumer type of trades that I tell you every day I long so much, or I love so much, but every day I realize there's just levels to this. And this is one of those levels. I mean, look at this chart in the 4 hour. Look at this chart in the 4 hour. Okay, it's basically had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's basically had 6 red candles on the 4 hour over the last month. Okay. It's up about 650%, give or take. And this is what the weekly looks like. Let me delete this. This is what the weekly looks like. It's one of the craziest moves I've ever seen. And it's up another 20% today. I've missed it completely. It seems like nobody on my feed has hit this. And I finally have a few explainers that I don't fully understand as to why this has been able to happen, but I'm obsessed. My new thing is I'm obsessed with short squeezes. I'm obsessed with short squeezes, and I'm obsessed with activist investing. Okay? That's what I'm obsessed with. Short squeezes and activist investing. It's all I want to learn about. It's the only thing I care about. Attention trades. I'm obsessed. And so I have an article. Dude, let's read it. Let's fucking read it. And by the way, The guy that is running this operation, I have a Bloomberg original video on him.
Great joy.
Oh, I'm so fucking hype. I'm fucking hype. Let's go. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. So all right. DNAP, give this brother a sub. Whoa. Wait. I just got a Luke. I need an overlay. I need an overlay. A Kobe overlay. Luke, I need a Kobe overlay. Let's go. I need it right now. Give me the Kobe overlay. Set it up. Let's go. You're on the clock. Yo, lock in. Lock in. All right, lock in. Send me a Discord invite too. All right. Send me a Discord invite.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're good.
All right, lock in. Let me just get an overlay set up. We got a little intermission. No, it's not even full. I don't know. Maybe he's trolling me, but I don't think he's trolling me. He doesn't have a cam though. He doesn't have a camera. Does not have a camera. Yeah, no notice. We're just gonna lock in. Fuck it. Let's go. We're gonna have to postpone our car thing. Tom and Kobe back to back. No, I don't think it's a drill unless he's. I mean, he might be trolling me, but I don't think he is. Luke, he's cam off. Yeah, I don't know. He might be trolling me. If he's trolling, like, it's kind of unfortunate. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Luke, you can take any desk. I'm gonna get up real quick just so I can fill up my water and lock in, and then we'll yeah, let's bank it. He might be trolling me. If he's trolling me, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. But I don't think he is. Let's go. I'm kind of hyped. No, I genuinely don't think he's trolling me. He might be, but I don't think he is. Luke, tell me when he joins the getting excited for a millennial. I need to wait for him to accept my. Hold on, we obviously have to just like pause what we're doing and. Wait, he's actually coming on, bro. Come on, we got motion, bro. Stop playing. All right, let me see if he's joining. Give him a second. We gotta have to pause what we're doing here, obviously. Did you puke in the bathroom? No, that's my guy, bro. Kobe? Talking about Crypto Cobain? It's my dog, man. Give him a minute though. Give him a minute. 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 He's time aura farming. Yeah, I know. Bro's getting us all hype. It's gonna be Trader Main. Let's see. Hold on. Now I'm like stuck in limbo though. I gotta just wait for him. Nothing I can do. Let's see. Chat, what do you want me to ask him when he joins? What do you want me to ask him? Hey, yo, let me get a bump. Hold up. When's the last time he's publicly spoke? I don't even know when the last time he did a public interview was. Kobe, he hasn't done up only. He hasn't done anything in a while. If he's trolling me, though, I'm gonna be so buttered. Oh, I'm gonna ask him about this. The hard road goes from 80K to 100K. The easy road goes from 100K to 250K. That's a classic right there. If he's trolling, we gotta end stream. I'd be really buttered if he's trolling. I don't think he is though. He just DM'd me. Oh, he's in. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's go. I'm actually geeked. Yeah, no, he's in. I see him. He's in there with Luke. Luke's one-on-one with Kobe right now. All right, I tweeted it. D-Nap with the gifted. Let's. No, he's in there with Luke right now. I'm not kidding. I see it. You got butterflies in your tummy? So do I. Oh, man. No, I swear I'm not trolling. All right, he's ready. All right, y'all ready? The Kobe interview. He's cam off, though. He's cam off. All right, here's what we're going to do. He's coming on right now. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, whatever, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. But we do have the Kobe interview right here, right now. Let's get it. I'll change the title too. All right, let's go. Damn, I'm fucking geeked. Let's go. Yo.
Oh, mate. Hi, Dim.
Wow. What a mythical poll. How are you, man?
All right. How you doing? I did I feel all right, actually. I was on Twitter. I like in the middle of moving around on Twitter, and I thought you were doing a fucking spaces because I'm really old. So
you tried to join?
I was like, I'll join this fucking spaces. And then there was like a whole stream happening. I didn't even know that was the thing you could do on Twitter. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking pushing 40 watching a threadguy stream.
You know, many pushing 40-year-old rich guys are also watching the threadguy stream. But dude, how are you, man? You've been kind of quiet on
35. I'm not 40.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm all right. I'm good.
What? I mean, everyone wants to know when Up Only's back, when you're gonna be back. Like, what have you been doing last couple months?
Job, dude. I've been
Really?
at work. What do you mean?
Like you're clocking into work at
work-
Coinbase?
Like I actually am doing more work than I've done in the last maybe years. Longer.
Wow.
Actually tried to join Coinbase like a few years ago for a salary of 0. Really work out. I tried to join a while ago, and they like effectively said no. But like my perspective, a few like high leverage things you can do that like materially impacts the trajectory of the industry, and like making Coinbase really good is one of those things. I'll give it a go. I mean, look, dude, I sat on Twitter for like 10 years, so doing anything that's mentally stimulating, anything that's like like more difficult than trying to write a stupid joke.
Okay, there's there's a million things I want to ask you, but I think it's most important if we talk about crypto, the state of crypto, which is not the most exciting topic right now. I mean, we just had the Arbitrum, Aave, Layer 0 situation that just happened. I don't know, like a couple weeks after the DeFi, the drift situation that happened. It's sentiment pico lows for crypto. What do you make of the state of crypto right now, but the state of DeFi? Like, where do we go from here?
I think I think we're like on the verge of like DeFi 2.0. I think like the most worrying thing for DeFi for me is the like this Anthropic Mythos model or whatever that apparently can, I don't know, everyone's scared of it, and sort of makes DeFi a little bit into like these financial bounties almost. So like but eventually when these models become more well distributed, you like it's the people creating the systems rather than just the people attacking the systems, right? So I think there's like a corner to turn and a version of DeFi in the future, which is pretty exciting. It's a low sentiment for current DeFi, I think, and crypto just hasn't been that interesting outside of Hyperliquid and Trade XYZ, which is like phenomenally cool. Like it's the like really cool. So you're an oil trader now.
What do you think about that?
What, you trading oil?
Yeah.
Look, dude, if you're making money, then I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man. What do you like? You see the barrel in the background? What do you think?
Is that you literally got like some decorations?
No, it's American crude.
Yeah, it was a perp. You didn't get delivery. I mean, look, dude, you moved to New York and became an oil trader. That's kind of, yeah, that's a path.
So what, like, what, you know, when you talk about the DeFi 2.0 thing, I think the mythos, by the way, no one in the chat thinks you're real. But I do know that you're
I'm
real.
AI me.
A lot of people think it's AI Kobe. I'm not gonna lie. But no, it's chat. It's not.
Well,
I have
like,
the Telegram. I have the Telegram calls with him for like a long time. On the
you set this up and you've pretended that you've set up this voice.
On
yeah,
the
let's stick with that.
like on the crypto topic broadly, you know, you talk about the mythos stuff, which is scary. We talk about DeFi 2.0, which is an interesting one. I'll ask you some more questions about it. But like, why are you still excited to work on Coinbase? Like, have you not gotten deeply cynical about the future of crypto and what the industry has become? Because I imagine a lot of people that got here a lot later than you. I mean, I even feel it a little bit, dude. Like I'm trading oil. We're looking at hymns. I'm trading hymns. I'm trading dick pills on the New York Stock Exchange.
Pause. Also on Hyperliquid, right? Like you're trading a lot of stuff that is not crypto assets, but you're using like crypto rails to do them. So I think there's like this weird K-shaped thing happening in crypto where actually crypto seems to be having like phenomenal success stories, like much more any previous year, but it's just not represented in asset prices that like crypto people can buy, with the exception of Hype, obviously. You know, like Polymarket is doing phenomenally well. Prediction markets was sort of like this crypto native thing that have become, you know, there's this whole Kashi Polymarket duopoly happening now. Stable coins are like seem like actually like real and important in the world. Like people are using them for more and more stuff, and like the Tempo announcement, like DoorDash is paying like
Yes.
drivers on Tempo or whatever now, and so like it's just, it feels depressing to crypto investors because it's like what do? Do I buy Stripe equity? They're still private. I can't buy Tempo. I can't buy Polymarket. Like these things are doing really well, and it's just like I get no benefit from any of those things. Meanwhile, crypto assets themselves are like significantly dropped in like demand and investor interest. So kind of, yeah, it's like kind of an interesting moment where like crypto is doing a lot of the things that it promised, and Hyperliquid and Trade XYZ and HIP3 is like actually incredibly cool. There's like, I think I saw something that like the Trade XYZ markets predict the Monday open by like 50 bips error margin or something. It's like, that's quite cool. Like there's like a real market happening on all of these like commodities and other types of assets. And on crypto rails, it's like very cool. I think there's like, you have to detach like what is going well in crypto and then what is the meme coins are not going up or whatever, or like the governance tokens are not going up. And it feels depressing because you just can't get exposure to the things that are good. And like I can't get exposure to the things that are good. I do think there's like a societal bull case for like crypto enabling a lot of stuff. And if crypto does enable a lot of this stuff and more capital comes on chain, it's inevitable that we have another season of like euphoria and fun and be best described as stupidity. But yeah, the more capital that's on chain, the more and more inevitable that appears to me.
What do you think about this? Damn, you're like oddly optimistic right now, which is insane. I don't know. Is that crazy?
I've been optimistic for the last, and I mean, like there isn't a, I've been pessimistic about several things throughout my life. I've never really got a huge benefit from being pessimistic about anything. Like maybe I should have been more pessimistic about, you know, like FTX, then I wouldn't have like had such an FTX or whatever. And maybe I should have been more pessimistic about like the NFTs that I backheld from 2021 today. Gonna come back though, don't worry.
The sappy
but I
seals.
just never really been served well. I still got Bored Ape.
Okay, let me just like run through all of the crypto fears and out before we get to some of the fun stuff. Also, thanks for everyone gifting subs. Like, okay, you look at Bitcoin right now, you look at how it's performed since February 28th when the war started relative to gold and some of these other assets, and it feels like an environment where people could and should and maybe would be singing the praises of Bitcoin, bringing the relative strength conversations back, bringing the value prop discussions of Bitcoin to light. But instead, the only thing anyone could talk about is Saylor, strategy, stretch, and what percent of the supply that he owns. Is that something that you like? Is that a legitimate black pill for crypto? Is Michael Saylor and how the stretch strategy experiment plays out? Like, how worried are you about Michael Saylor?
I wasn't worried about it at all until I went to the dentist. My dentist was like, "Any stocks?" And I was like, "Really, dude? I don't know very much about investing." And he was like, "Oh, have you heard about MicroStrategy?" And I was like, "Fuck, dude." And this dude, he's like in his like 70s, and he's like, I own 2 stocks. Like 80% of my portfolio is in MicroStrategy and 20% of it is in Palantir. And like,
Ooh.
I've got to fucking change dentist now, dude. Right? Like, I can't go to the. I think this guy is a very strange judgment.
You got a retard dentist, you know.
That was the first time I was like, okay. Like this is like kind of broke containment in a way that like people like only people that care about MicroStrategy were like people on crypto Twitter and like people that used to have laser eye profile pictures or something. And I was like, this is a person in the real world. Sometimes I think crypto doesn't actually exist in the real world. Like it's just I might be like completely delusional and I've made all this stuff up and I just go home and I sit at home and like completely psychotic and I like crypto is just entirely like a fantastical like hallucinogenic trip I'm having, and then I go into the real world and it might not be real. So then I was confronted by like, oh no, yeah, Bitcoin is a real thing that other people know about, unless I'm also hallucinating the dentist, which is possible.
It's possible. Okay, and so then you become legitimately concerned about strategy. Like,
I don't know. Look, I think it started to feel like an overhang to many people. Like instead of people feeling like sale is gonna buy, they're like, it feels like a thing to be cautious of now. It just changes a lot when the price goes up, right? It's like the price goes down and everyone's like, ooh, sailor. And then the price goes up and everyone's like, fuck yeah, sailor. So I think it's just, you know, like if you go back, what was the all-time high? It was like
126.
It was October?
Yeah.
October, November?
Yeah, October, right before 10.
So it was
right
like,
before 10.
So like it was like 6 months ago or so. And you just think about the sentiment then, and then you think about the sentiment now and how quickly it changes. And this is the thing I've always been surprised by in crypto is like how much you feel the moment, how much it like feels extremely real, and how you like can't imagine feeling any different. And then it's like, oh, 3 months ago, this felt completely the opposite. So yeah, I never found that pessimism has served me very well, and instead I've increasingly tried to just think like really, really, really long term and just like, you know, plod along, be happy about it, be optimistic. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck it.
Have you ever hung out with Sailor?
Before. Only on a podcast. Dude, we did like a 2.5 hour podcast with Sailor, and before the podcast started, Ledger messaged me and he was like, dude, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, we just say, is Bitcoin good? And then Sailor will talk for like the next 3 hours. And genuinely, I don't think we said anything on this podcast. Sailor just monologue for hours. It was awesome.
I'm trying to
invite me to his New Year's party, but I didn't go.
What, really?
Don't leave the house.
Huh.
Leave the house, so I'm not going to that. Left the house, I would have gone. I think that would have been fun. But
is that true? You really don't do like are you just when you're at the house, are you terminally online, or what are you doing?
I don't really know. I mean, like sometimes I go for a walk, but like that's in the garden. Right? Yeah. So worrying if you come across other human beings. I think you want to try and avoid that.
Is this why Up Only hasn't come back? They want to know, man. They really want to know. It's like at a certain. I have to just ask it directly. Like they want to know. I'm just an arbiter of. I'm a vessel for the chat. They want to know. What am I supposed to do?
I know this concept where like an artist puts out an album. It's like really, really well received, like MGMT or something. They did that. Oh, you won't know who they were. They were when you were 5.
I know MGMT. I know MGMT. Hell yeah.
And then their second album was just like complete garbage, and it's like a really common thing that people get second album syndrome, and the expectation is just like so high that they completely flop it. I think I've got that, dude. Like every time I think about doing Up Only again, I'm like, I don't know how to be funny. I don't know how to I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what I don't know what's going on. Like, who should the guest be? I'm second guessing the guest because all of our other guests went to jail. And then you're like, you get in trouble for like having them on before they did a crime. So yeah. And then I did the podcast during the pandemic, and everyone was locked inside, paying attention to their screen. And Bitcoin went from $4,000 to whatever it was at the top. Ethereum went from $80 to $4,000 during that time where I did the podcast. So everyone was phenomenally happy. everyone was making tons of money. Like, Fi summer happened, and then NFT season happened, and then so on and so on. Everyone was just, you know, like completely euphoric. So they remember Up Only as being a good podcast only because it was their like best performing like time in the market ever. They couldn't do anything wrong, and we just happened to be the like the thing that you tune into on a fucking, I don't know what day we did it, Thursday or whatever. We just happened to be there, adding to them through this like weird period of time, and like now it is, you know, like it's like a little bit grim out there, and everyone's like really angry all the time, and like, you know, everyone's always like each other's throats about stuff. I just think, like, I think it's better to do it when the good times roll, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Like,
Dude, I'm too old. I'm too old.
Fully. Okay, first of all, I hear you on the album thing. It's like the Frank Ocean dilemma, right? You put out. There's no way. There's no. People are nostalgic about it now, right? So it's like there's no way a new Pokemon game could feel as good as Leaf Green did when you first played it for the first time. But I think outside of price, you not doing Up Only sort of left. Everyone in CT has like daddy issues with price down, you know, because you sort of like leave a hole in the social side of where like something bad happens and it's like, what is Cope? Like, bro, I'll never forget the day FTX collapsed. I was on Twitter Spaces and you like joined the Twitter space and I had absolutely no idea I still don't, but I really had no idea what was happening. And everybody was like, Kobe, like, what do you think? And you basically speak for CT at large. You get out of the space and you're like, guys, I'm going to be honest. This is really fucking bad. And then everybody starts sweating, they get nervous, and you sort of like tell them what to do. And so it's less about the actual performance of Up Only, but it's more this just like era of knowing where to look for some representatives of the space. You don't post as much, GCR doesn't post, Hasaka is doing like whatever, I don't know, aura farming. Like it's sort of just like a new era, if you will.
I think one part is like we're just all too old, right? Like I'm old now, and I like did this. I don't want to be doing like podcasts like Gary V, and then like Gary V saw it, and I feel really bad. Gary's not that old. Like I think he's only like 90 or something. So like I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying to be mean to Gary. Like I actually think he's a cool guy.
He's just been worked, man. They just work him over there.
But I think this thing that you said, like, you know, like people want to hear from Kobe, and I'm like, dude, I like all the time I don't really know what to say. Like I think this like thing happened like a bit later in real time. Like people didn't care as much in like 2021 or whatever. And the character outgrew itself on, and now it feels like there's a lot of pressure. So like and people over index on like random things you say, and it makes you not want to say too much. Like you know, I posted this like posted like a meme version of what that John Brown guy said about the easy road and the hard road.
Yeah,
And, like people got like real like crazy.
Damn, I just read that
like,
tweet out before you came on, by the way. My bad.
Like people got like one shot by this tweet, and it's like yeah, and like they got like, you know, like people like send like very like threatening, like really angry messages about this random tweet that I posted when the price of Bitcoin was like 70K. Yeah, like it's like legitimate anger that this like random half joking tweet didn't come true. And like that, like I think if you go through all of my tweets, about 5% of them ever will have come true. Like it's like 95% wrong. And, but you never really got like so much like yeah, like negativity over it as you do now. And I think it's just like kind of a sign of the times. Like tokens haven't been doing well. Like it's been much harder to trade. People have been like struggling a lot more, and there's like a divergence of outcomes, I think. So people just in general less happy, a little bit more desperate or something.
What do you?
All of these things just like make you not want to do Up Only though. Like
by the way, I totally. You should rip the Jeff episode, the Shane Copeland episode, and just call it a fucking day. But tell me, like, okay, I think there's a couple black pills for crypto I want to ask you about. One of them is You know, when I was like 2020, 2021, when I started trading Top Shots and trading NFTs, it felt like the natural migration from the internet drop shipping, sneaker reselling crowd was you are obviously going into crypto because that's where all of the talent was. That's where all of the excitement was. It was the hottest, freshest, newest game in town. And I wonder now, what would it take for the new young talent crowd to get crypto pilled again in 2026? Because it feels like we have completely lost that cohort coming into crypto, and we're sort of playing for, I mean, we're playing for scraps on the founder deployer side when it feels like a lot of the smartest, brightest are going into AI, or they're building fintech platforms. They're working on WAP. They're working on these other platforms that aren't direct crypto, where it feels like that used to be the case in 2021, 22. Do you think that changes? Do you think something happens to crypto to make that come back? Like, what brings new talent back into the space?
So I think basically you look at like major onboarding events through history. You had 2013 was like this major altcoin, the first major altcoin cycle, at
Damn,
least the first one that I
2013.
participated in.
Jesus.
It was about when Rasma was born. Like you got like the first wave of like altcoins. There was like 100 coins, and it's like at least the first alt season that I remember, it brought on a wave of capital, got people interested in these things. You had to own Bitcoin in order to own the altcoins because there was no stable coins, and all the centralized exchanges had Bitcoin as a base pair. In 2017, you had the ICO season where you needed to own Ethereum because Ethereum was the base pair. 2021, you had like DeFi Summer, and you had the NFT thing happen, and then you had like the meme coin version, like 2023 to 2020, like to now. Is it still going? I don't know.
No, brother.
Did it end with Melania?
That was the kiss. I mean, I guess you could argue it ended with Ben Pasternak, but it ended with Melania. I mean, how could you ever get a meme coin bigger than Trump, right? I mean, that's obviously their target you could never surpass.
Ben who?
The Believe thing. That was the final kiss of death, I would argue. Remember that?
Sometimes I see people that were like fundamentally all in on Believe, like so bullish on Believe. That I saw their tweets all the time. They were really bullish on Believe, and then now they do like market commentary and other things, and all I can think about is like, like, are you really like being like, are you like yapping? Wait, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I was a little
Like,
excited for a couple weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you look back at all those like onboarding moments, the unifying thing is a lot of people made money in a very like short period of time, and normal people could like join it.
Yes.
And if you look at current AI, that's how people feel. People feel like they're going to buy their Mac Mini, they're going to set up OpenClaw, and then they're going to make $100 million running a business because the machine is just going to make them a business or something. This like financial hobby and make money in my spare time is only increasing. Now, whether crypto has another thing in it, whether its brand has been beaten down too much, whether it's in 5 years or 10 years or whatever, I don't really know the answer to any of those things. I prefer to be optimistic and say, you know, like history repeats. There's no reason for it not to repeat. And like people are incredibly inventive, right? Like people came up with these DeFi food farms. People came up with like all sorts of shit. And I'm sure someone can come up with something new. And if someone comes up with something new and people make a bunch of money on that thing, is it inevitable that there's like a wave of chasers that follow along, and like brand and sentiment and positioning, these kind of things can change really, really quickly, and go from being like this thing that's like cringy and like the general public hates it or associates it with like scams or whatever to being, you know, some like new, slightly different thing. I really feel like NFTs were like that. A lot of my like normie friends who to buy an ICO in 2017 and like mentally categorized all of crypto as a scam because the like flying car coin they bought didn't deliver a flying car. As soon as NFTs came around, they were like, "No, this is different. I'm collecting art."
100%.
This is
by
not
the
the
way.
same thing. I think they just it was like somehow different to them, and all of these like never buy crypto again type grumblings were just completely erased by like buying art blocks and whatever. So yeah, it really like chart goes up, everyone happy, people come back, crypto's cool again. And
You know what it was about the NFTs?
it doesn't happen so much with.
It was like the first time, or I wasn't here for 2017, but there was a wave of net new deployers that were excited. I use deployer sort of generalizing, artists, whatever you want to call them, buyers, traders. Net new deployers came into crypto for NFTs all of 2021. And the only other time that I feel like that's happened was briefly during AI season in 2024, where it was a disaster and it didn't end very well. It didn't last very long, but there was like a 3-month period where these AI devs thought to themselves, "Oh, I could probably go make way more money on my startup if I go launch on Solana." And it went on for 3 months, and it felt like that through the blow off of Trump. Like I remember I showed up on stream the day after Trump coin, and there was 1,500. I mean, there's how many people watching right now on Twitch? There's like 600 people watching right now. There's 1,500 people watching after Trump coin. They didn't even know what Phantom Wallet was. They're like, "What is that?" I just got here because of they didn't know who they didn't know who you were, they didn't know who I was, they didn't know what any of this was. I just got here because I saw Trump coin launch. And so it feels like there's been quite a few, every like 3 years or whatnot, we get a moment like that. And I don't know, like the sort of, do you think on-chain stocks, tokenized stocks can do that? Do you think hyperliquid perps can do that? Do you think what hyperliquid is, leverage perps on all platforms, trade XYZ kind of thing can do that? Is there a new game that's being set up or on the horizon for crypto that could do something like that?
So I think the reason I really like XYZ and Hyperliquid is because it's bringing a lot of like novel capital on chain, like this Citrini sort of group of people getting used to using blockchains when they like maybe would never have used them before. And I think if you have a large concentration of capital and volatility dies off in the like traditional assets, have this money on chain that you want to put into something, right? And that's when like people start inventing these like food farms or like DeFi or whatever else. I don't think the people that invented DeFi and NFTs and all these like crazy things, Wonderland and Time and stuff, the people that like blocks to these things are going to be happy buying nice equities. But I think that tokenized equities are still very cool for the like reason I mentioned like foremost, like brings a bunch of people on chain. There's more wealth on chain. People use blockchains for things that are like slightly more attached to the real economy rather than being like a self-referential leverage sandbox. So I've never known what the next thing is going to be. Basically, like if you told me it would be pictures of apes in 2020, I would have been like, that doesn't sound like it's right. If you told me it was going to be like food farms in 2019, I would have been like, that doesn't sound right. So like if you told me Frentech was going to take off, I would have been like, that doesn't sound right. And so I've never really known what it is. My own mental model on this stuff is like, in crypto, you isolate your risk and you try everything. There's like you try every novel thing. You don't try everything. If you try everything, you're chasing a bunch of forks and stuff, and like you end up in bad projects. But if there's something that's novel, instead of like trying to figure out why this won't work, you may as well just give it a go. If you do this with Hyperliquid, you ended up with a millionaire from the Hyperliquid airdrop. Same with Frentech. Same with like buying the ape pictures or whatever. When there's like a new thing that's happening, people's instinct is to go, this is stupid and this is dumb and this won't work for these reasons. And you just sort of need to invert that and go like, oh, what if this worked? Would that be cool? maybe I'll just buy some of this stuff and see how it works, or maybe I'll try this product out or whatever. Um, mm, I mean, that's what I'm doing. Like every time I see something weird, I'm just giving it a go and trying to figure out if like that is a new thing that is going to be important. Um, I don't know, dude. The AI season was, yeah, dude. I mean, to say devs, it's like stolen valor or something.
There was a couple.
Come on, dude.
At the time, Truth Terminal was very interesting. Can you say that?
No.
You won't say that Goat was cool.
Oh man.
Okay, I have one more like negative crypto, not negative, but crypto black pill, and I'll stop using that word because I have some other stuff I want to ask you about. But like, there's other crypto black pill that's like okay, if you were, I got here 2021, and basically everything you could have, every bull case you could have ever concepted for crypto has like largely played out. You know, Trump's on the podium screaming, you know, mine the rest of the Bitcoin in America and the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and Gensler's out, and we have Genius, and hopefully we have Clarity to get through soon, and we have just like we have ETFs, and we have the institutional bid, and we have the retail bid, and it feels like you have every, you know, major TradFi company in the world talking about on-chain stocks and tokenizing assets. And you basically have every ingredient you could have ever concepted to be bullish at the same time, except for the speculation angle, which is kind of ironic for crypto. And you sort of get left with this case of what if crypto the whole time was just a vehicle for like TradFi to tokenize their assets, and Bitcoin matters and everything else that we created, the altcoins, all of the memes, the NFTs, DeFi, everything in between was just a complete wasted experiment and will now move forward without. Like, is that something that you get things like Tempo and these other just sort of like walled gardens, they come on chain on their own terms and we're left with whatever we're left with. Like, is that something that you think about?
It's kind of the K-shaped thing I was mentioning, right? Like, we'll build out all these technologies, and you know, you build a self-referential leverage sandbox that a decade regulators try and kill, and then like suddenly this stuff's cool and okay, and then like the big companies like swoop in and take all of the value and privatize it, basically. I think that's a real risk, and that's happening in part. The crypto native stuff had a few difficult years where they've chased revenue and like increased risk in doing so a little bit as well. Counterintuitively, and all of the conditions are right, like a good exit, right? Like if you think about let's say you own $10 billion of Bitcoin.
Whoa.
Let's say you've owned it for a long time, and you get the crypto president, you get you know, all of these conditions that you just described as being like effect for the asset. The counterintuitive thought is like, how can it get better from here? Maybe I should sell now.
Fair.
It seems to me that crypto has always done the best when people can say like, how can it get worse than this? How can this get it get any worse? But like,
yeah,
like in the hard times, crypto does the best because like people like deep down are believers, and they think like, oh, it's hard times, so I'm getting a good opportunity here, and then people try and front run the good times, and when the good times come, I think there's like expectation that the price just goes up in a straight line, but new entrants feel like they're late, and old holders feel like oh, can things get better than this? Like, did we get everything we wanted here? So like in my mind, crypto needs like an adversary a little bit more. Like when there's like this anti-crypto army thing, and like crypto seemed to really rally together then, and like people were like more bullish in the face of doom and despair. Yeah, I don't really know. Again, like I think people expect there's like really high level analysis that goes into like coming to some position on the world, when the reality is like I think it's cool. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm not going to say the full. I'm not going to say I'm feeling happy and optimistic about the future. But like, I feel like, I'll remain bullish. I'm bullish. I've been bullish since fucking 2012. So
You keep mentioning the K-shaped thing, and on the, I don't know, just like young talent, what do you do? There's this Basics and Z article. It's one of my favorite. Loot and Rob, we'll call it for Twitch. And it's basically just like describes this late stage American empire capitalism where the people in charge with the most power are sort of in a rush to the cornucopia to extract as much as possible. And you see this with Trump family and the meme coins, and Donald Trump Jr. buying a drone company before war, Pete Hegseth investing in defense ETF before war. Then you have all these companies staying private as long as humanly possible. SpaceX goes public at 1.5 trillion. Then you have guys like Evan Spiegel and Snapchat that stock is down 99% and they're worth $20 billion. It just dilute. And everybody at the same time just feeling this, 2 years to get to the top, because it's really not top 20% of the K-shape. It's like top like 0.1% to make it as soon as possible, take what you can get and run. Like, how does the K-shape concept play out, and what do you do if you're a young person?
the coolest thing about the world right now is that you can start a business with like one person and you can get a phenomenal outcome within like 6 months. I think you're seeing that quite a lot. Like obviously the OpenClaw one is like the big one where he got like billions of dollars or whatever in like the space of literally a month, and it was just one guy. But I think for like creative people, for builders who have previously been constrained by like to put a team together and not knowing the right people, or needing access to capital to pay those people, but not growing up in Silicon Valley or whatever. You basically the highest the bar has been how do I phrase this? Like there's a great equalizer has happened. Like there's an opportunity for everyone to do things that like previously were just not possible. I think there is going to be like a real wave of young people doing AI-enabled companies that like actually add a ton of value. I think like next few years there'll be more unicorns created than like ever in history in the period of a year or whatever. It's also kind of changed the economics for being an early stage employee too, whereas previously being an early stage employee was kind of a scam because like you took founder level risk, but you got like 20th or 1/50th of the reward. Whereas now, because companies need less people and they need less money and they dilute less and they exit more quickly, the risk reward for being a founding engineer or an early employee is actually incredibly good because you sort of figure out whether the outcome of the company much more quickly. I think if I were what are you, 19?
Stop.
If I were your age,
24.
Same thing. If I were your age, like today, I would probably be doing one of those two things. Like I'd be like building something by myself or with like a couple of friends that previously would have needed like 10 to 20 people to do, and now you can do it with 3. Or I would be like finding the smartest guy that I knew and like I would just do anything to join, like any role. Like I'll like let me be like a fucking, I said fluffer, dude. I meant to say fixer. I don't want to be a fluffer. I'd be like a fixer and like just do whatever to like make the company work. I think I would be doing one of those things. And like financial markets are like, I always thought like crypto would become more like traditional markets, and like traditional markets feel increasingly more like crypto markets. Like it's just crazy now. So like I think there is a highly inefficient and and a lot of opportunity in markets for people that use their brains.
Okay, this is
and
I want to direct you on this one because one of my favorite topics of all time is like everything trades like crypto, and you're sort of seeing it, right? Like we saw how oil moved during this war, but we really saw how silver and how gold traded a couple months ago, and then you're also seeing this the way like Trump is yielding the Midas touch and just whipsawing markets up and down. Bad news after Friday close, good news 2 minutes before open, bad news back right after market closes. And it seems like we have this car is up 700% short squeeze the last couple days. It feels like everything is starting to trade like crypto. Like how are you evaluating like the evolution of markets since you started trading to like where we are right now?
So I effectively try and stay out of those markets as much as possible. I feel like I'm effectively like a fish, right? Like I'm the dumb money at the table. So unless it's like a long-term thing, or yeah, like I bought a lot of gold a long time ago. Like I think someone asked me my like top 5 bags non-crypto a couple of years ago, and it was like gold, Palantir. I don't remember exactly, but like for long-term stuff, I feel relatively confident in like asset allocation. But when these things start trading like crazy, I just stay out of it as much as possible. Yeah, it's uh, like when Trump coin happened. Oh, actually, you were an insider, weren't you? So like, maybe a bad
Stop, dude! In
example.
front of 1,000 people, that's the take you're gonna give?
Oh, dude, sorry,
Are
it
you
was Libra. It was
insane?
Libra. My bad.
Are you
My
insane?
bad. It
What
was
kind of take? But go watch the video, by the way. If you haven't seen it, go watch the video.
No, I'm
It's
just
10
joking.
minutes
I'm just
long.
joking, dude. I'm joking. But like, imagine being like a random guy on Twitter and seeing Libra and being like, "Wow, Libra's going up. I should buy Libra," and then it going down, and you've been like, "What happened?" I thought like that's how I feel with the traditional markets. Like I'm the guy that's buying Libra, confused about what's happening. So I stay out of them for trading purposes. I feel like markets kind of have like a personality, and like I know Bitcoin's personality, so like I know. I mean, like I know like kind of what it's going to say. I can finish its sentence. It like sounds a little bit, yeah. I don't want to say a slur, but
Depends what it was.
I feel like when you like look at a new market, like you just don't know its personality at all, and it just does really fucking weird stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I don't think I'll get on with this one. So I really stick to the things I know more than anything. If I really want to like FOMO into something else, I just really restrict risk, and I'm effectively doing it to like taking a small position so that I don't take a big position, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
I think for people who are like really locked in and like trading full time, the conditions are the people that like better than me, like, or at least are locked in like I was like 10 years ago. I think the conditions are probably highly fruitful. The main thing I think about markets is that there's like this betrayal in private markets where companies, like I think it's incredibly bad that like SpaceX, Anthropic, and OpenAI have gone from $0 to $1 trillion each, and maybe multiple $1 trillion. Without any single normal person having any upside from like those wealth creation events, and this like sort of nepotism or like cronyism where the like gains are privatized to Silicon Valley, or like if you're in the club, then you get to invest in these things, and if you're not in the club, then you don't, and the like losses are sort of socialized on everyone else, and how public markets have become like liquidity of last resort is also like crypto, right? Like crypto had this same thing where like increasing VC funding happened, and tokens would just launch at like 16 billion or whatever when they fundraised at like 100 million 2 days ago. So it feels a little bit like this like social promise has been broken, where it's like if you work hard, you'll earn money at your job, and then you can invest in the wealth creation like companies that you like, and that's like no longer true. Like if you're in the 1970s or something, I was born, if you were if you were in the 70s and like, you know, you thought there was like a cool company, I don't know when Apple was founded. Let's say it was founded in the 60s.
Yeah, close enough.
Who knows? But if you thought Apple was like cool, you could just buy Apple shares, and then if you were right and you were a smart person, then you got to share in the upside of like Apple's wealth creation. Whereas now, what, you go to like pre-stocks or something and buy like a Anthropic derivative position that like might not be real,
It's
or like
cooked.
you take like a perps position on with eventuals or something. Like all like it's really, really difficult for normal people to get access to the wealth that is being created. And you have these 3 generational companies. There was a privatization of, I guess, $5 trillion effectively. And yeah, I think this is the kind of thing that leads to like social revolution, you know, like every epoch there is like a period of peace, and then there's a period of like elites like sort of diverging from the general public, and then there's a period of like social instability, and then they overthrow the elites and like eat them or behead them or whatever. And that's, I think about that quite a lot with this like private market stuff, where that seems like a complete betrayal of like the capitalist system. Effectively, it's like capitalism if friends with like these people in Silicon Valley.
So if you're
you are one of those people in Silicon Valley, I would like to be your friend. So like, don't take this in a bad way. Like, I'm not going to eat you or kill you. I would like,
we're a package.
Like, if you hook me up with a deal, I'll stop talking about this stuff.
We're a package deal. How do you, if you were a normal person trading liquid markets?
You mean if I was a normal person?
No, like you as like the people that are listening and are like, Kobe, please help me. And you, for the people, for the vast majority of people that don't have Anthropic Series A, and you're trying to trade these liquid markets, knowing you're in an environment where all of the best stuff stays private for as long as possible, and you'll maybe get a chance to rip some leverage on it at 1.5 trillion. Like, how do you navigate those markets on the liquid side? Like, what do you just not play? Do you just trade other stuff? Like, what do you do?
I mean, I'm not gonna play. Yeah, like I didn't get to buy the Anthropic Series A or whatever, so I'll probably just not play. It's difficult because like, especially with Anthropic are just like executing so well. It's like inspiring almost to. It's like they've created a new way of working, and it's like completely divergent from how companies work today. And that's something where like could look back in like 50 years and be like, oh, dude, they sold it for 1 trillion and you didn't buy? What's wrong with you? It's like, you didn't buy God for 1 trillion? Oh, dude, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
And it goes like, oh yeah, I was buying Truth Terminal token. I thought Dog with Hat was coming back, dude. Like, that's how I allocated my capital. So yeah, I think Anthropic is one where I'm not going to play in any of them. That's what I'm going to do. But Anthropic is the one where I'm like, fuck, dude. Maybe I'll take a small position so I don't take a big position.
What about the social side? Like, we're going to have like a societal like revolution about this at the bottom of the K. Like, that was kind of a crazy intro you just threw there on the question before the last one.
I mean, it just seems to happen repeatedly through history, right? Like, there's period of peace, and there's a period of like social unrest that's driven by wealth inequality, and then the elites get overthrown. Like, it just happens over and over again. So it happening again seems guaranteed. Like, how long in the future it is just unknown, but it seems accelerated to me with like the emergence of AI rather than decelerated. But I think you could actually argue either way. I think you could argue that AI ushers in an era of like prosperity for all, and I think you can argue that AI just makes the angle on the K like wider, and there's like an elite class and an underclass basically. It's interesting that there's like actually kind of like a weird bull case for crypto here, in that you know how we do airdrops?
Yeah.
airdrops today are like a little bit silly, right? Because like you pretend to use a product that you don't want to use, so that they'll give you percentage of the tokens you can sell. You weren't bullish on the thing and you didn't want to use it, but everyone like pretends to be bullish on it. And then occasionally you get one like Hyperliquid where people are actually bullish on it and then they don't want to sell when they get their tokens. And you extend this model to like real startups, and you imagine a world where the value that is created by population, but comes around, you're an early user on Facebook, you're providing a lot of value to Facebook by like bootstrapping their product, giving them product thoughts, initial like K factor that comes from your growth, like your network. You're like highly valuable to Facebook, but you got nothing for doing that apart from you got to use Facebook. I can imagine a world that looks a lot more like our crypto airdrops happen today, but applied to traditional companies, consumer businesses, etc., where the value created by the user is rewarded back to the user when the company goes public. And it's sort of like capitalism's answer to universal basic income. And like, if you use products and you're a power user, then you get some of that value return. So just like participating in the economy returns value back to the participants. It's kind of a fun bull case for crypto. Like crypto enables this quite nicely globally. It would take like a very brave company to like be
what's
the
like
first one to do this.
the tipping point to make that happen?
Yeah, it's like, so the way I imagine it is like, do you think the Hyperliquid outcome existed if they didn't do the airdrop?
I mean, like maybe because it's such a superior product, but I think by doing the airdrop, you get a bunch of evangelists that are also the best traders that move the most money and stamp your product. And so arguably, no, it doesn't. Not the same way.
So I don't think you can give a definitive answer, obviously, because the product is really like phenomenal. It's like, they did a really good job. But at the same time, a lot of the like populism, the supporters, like the loyalty, I think is because of this like shared ownership and shared upside. So Liquid is, in my mind, the real flagship success case for airdrops, which were previously like I don't think I can name like a really successful one.
No, I can't.
And you think about that from like, what is the next business that could do the same thing, where the outcome just doesn't exist unless they do an airdrop or some equity distribution if it's a traditional company in the same way. And I don't know, I think it's fun to think about.
Why didn't you do it?
And I can imagine it. I mean, a lot of reasons why. We obviously thought like, you do a token, the token revenue model is really spiky and strange. It like doesn't suit a token very well. Do you want to be like a token founder at all? I like had all these kind of questions for myself. And like we considered like, do you do like an on-chain IPO where you effectively take this model, you could do an airdrop, but it's for like actual equity and that happens on chain or something. So like we considered all these kind of things. Like the business probably needed to be much more mature before we would have like actually done any of those things. And then like the acquisition came much sooner. It was like a good outcome for where the business was at, I think. I do wonder if I do a startup again, would I do this? I'd probably be too old to do a startup again, but
You're like 30.
I don't know if I have one in me. I don't know if I have the like start from nothing fire. I think it like dies out and then comes back. But if I were, I do wonder if I would deeply consider this as like a plan from day one. If I were to like do another startup, and then like what would it need to be for it to make sense? And I don't think it would make sense crypto thing because the crypto investor token dynamics are so strange.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it would work much better for being like a non-crypto consumer thing. But yeah, I don't know. At the same time, it like you're running a business, you're trying to make your business win. So all these things just feel like really big distractions, and you just want, to make your revenues go up, your costs go down, make your users happy and stuff. So
Okay. This is completely off topic, but I have you here. I've always wanted. Can you tell me a story? I've always wanted to know the story as much as you could tell. Can you tell me? It was before my era. Can you tell me the story behind the buy wall tweet, please?
What, the COVID buy wall?
Yes, please tell me the story. Like, set it up. Like, give me the full, like, what you were doing, like, the whole rough net worth. Like, give me the whole, like, please. I'm dying for this. I've always wanted to know. I ask everyone I meet in crypto that's Unk. I ask them the story. Everyone tells me a different version.
Maybe like negative aura. Like, it's better to leave the version you have. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the story, but like the version you have is like cooler.
Okay, do it, please.
So I was just at my house in London. I think the market started like crashing a lot, and I had a bunch of alarms at the time because I was like actively like the trading was like sort of my like full-time thing. So I had a bunch of alarms that would effectively wake me up if stuff was going down. I think it woke me up at like 1 a.m. or something. I went downstairs, made a cup of tea, Yorkshire tea, and went and got back in bed, looked at the market. It was down like just like this big red line that went off the screen. I was like, that looks like a fucking bottom to me. So I smashed an order. Like, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3% below current price, which was like $4,600 or something.
How big was the order?
I just, I mean, it was like my entire stablecoin balance, basically. So it was basically my entire net worth. I like had everything in. It wasn't my entire net worth. It was everything I had in crypto, which was just in dollars. I put it in a wall, in a single order, and then I went back to bed. I woke up the next day and it was like 5% filled and didn't go anywhere near that price ever again. And I was like, okay. I missed the whole thing. I like put an order in and went to sleep. I woke up the next day. It was up like 50% like 2 days later, or 60% or something 2 days later. Yeah, the wall didn't even get filled, dude. I got like 80% fill or something. I had to chase on the rest and just market bought the rest. It didn't really matter.
And at what point did you tweet?
Like, I put the order in, and tweeted and went to bed, and like it filled basically 2 minutes after my tweet, but I just wasn't looking anymore. I like tweeted and then went to sleep. I think I like maybe laid in bed and like every now and again like would look at my phone and write another tweet, but like I was like half asleep and like shit posting basically. When the market crashes like 50-60% in a single candle, I feel really excited. I get highly energized. I'm like, you know that's not real. You know that's not people sitting there clicking like, oh, sell. No, it's people's people not actively choosing to make the sale. Like you get a phenomenal opportunity. Like you get to buy something from someone who does not want to sell it. They're being forced to sell it to you. So I get really like energized and excited, which is I think why it was in all caps. And yeah, like I had like relatively high conviction that it was like the macro cycle bottom-ish, and that like this was like a fine price to get filled at, even if it went lower. But yeah, I basically tweeted in the same like 5 minutes of the exact bottom tick, and like I didn't get fully filled, so I think my order was also like the exact bottom tick. But like people fixate on this a lot. It was like effectively just luck, right? Like I didn't have that much money. My net worth was not that high, so I didn't have that much money. So it wasn't like a buy wall that just like saved the market, as everyone likes to pretend it was. It was just all the money I had on chain, and I didn't even fully get filled. So like, yeah, it's a little bit negative aura in my opinion. By the way, the word aura is like out, I think, because like it's like people that I know that like start saying the word aura.
Like your 40-year-old
Start saying
friends.
the word aura. Yeah. Like when I'm comfortable saying aura, that means it's like done. Like, oh, I now know how to use this word properly. I've checked it on Urban Dictionary. I'm not going to make a fool of myself by saying aura, but that means it's over, so we can't say that anymore.
Okay, I'll come up with some new ones for you.
Our meme coin is like going down as we speak, I guess.
I always wonder, like, okay, I always worry that like a lot of the OG crypto Twitter, like a lot of you guys are gone now, right? Like you don't post that, but you're still here, but like GCR doesn't post. A lot of these guys like a lot of these guys like don't post anymore, or disappeared, or got outed for scamming, or whatever it is. And so a lot of the no, they never made the movie, they never made the show. A lot of the OG stuff is just gone, and I feel like not written in the history books, which is like a weird feeling. I know I'm kind of like late, but I don't know. I showed up at 2020. I was 19. I feel like crypto Twitter like gave me an education, and so I do have some like sentimental feeling towards it. Who do you think is the greatest crypto trader of all time? Like CT native, that isn't yourself, trader, or like 5 people that you think are the greatest crypto traders to ever come through?
I think it's like this album thing that I was saying, where like had their seasons, right? Like people had their like the TV show comes out and like season 3 was fucking awesome, but then season 4 sucks. Yes. I reckon Suzu 2021 top 5. Suzu's Hero Run 2021. He even fucking sold the top, dude. Like he sold the top and then like for some reason just bought back way too early with loads of leverage and then got liquidated on the way down. So like yeah. GCR obviously GCR is maybe like an intelligence asset or something. Like he plays a lot of like psychological games where he like he says stuff that he's not telling the truth, but he like wants that like rumor to spread about him that he can like find something else out. Yeah, I don't know. He's like, it turned out that he was like the CIA or something, ex-CIA, and he's just like shitposting or something. I would not be surprised. He's there's a lot of rumors about GCI. He basically like deleterious rumors. Like he basically spread about himself to like people would like leave him alone and like think he was like not cool anymore. And they
whoa,
like he's a super weird dude.
What any specific one or no?
Yeah, so there was this. He spread a rumor about himself that he was using Binance insiders.
I've heard
because if at the time there was this like I don't know if anyone was into like these like there was like the tree terminal bros. There's a tree of life guys, and they would use whatever like exchanges would leak information about listings, right? So if you had information, you didn't want anyone else to get it because then you were competing on orders. So like if an API was exposed and you knew about it, people knew that you knew about it, they would go looking for the same leak and then they would find it and then you get competition, so your alpha would be compressed. So he would just always say that he had like insiders so that like the competitors wouldn't go looking for things, pathways he was using, which was effectively some page on the exchange like says like the number goes up when another asset's going to get listed, so then he like polls the API to like figure out what it is or whatever. He like spread that about himself to defend his alpha, and then like now everyone just says that he used Binance insiders. Whoa. But yeah, I mean he doesn't really care. So I would say GCR 2021 2022. The guy called AABTC who would like get super wealthy and then blow up. He died in 2020.
Oh man, rest in peace.
actual advice BTC. He was kind of like Susie. I think all the people I'm saying are like these people that just go so risk on. They do the things that I don't do, so I respect it. But then they always blow up. So then I'm always like, oh, maybe I'm cool just being like lame. Like 2021, I think Light is actually more active in crypto than he's ever been, and I think 2025 was probably his best performing year ever, based on what I know.
Whoa.
So I would say Light is heavily up there. Else? I don't know. There's a lot of people that like they don't have like a persona or whatever. Right? Persona is sort of adverse selection, I think.
What about some of the
Or
guys that are
persona,
like
you're probably
like
not.
Degen Spartan is a pretty worshipped one.
Everyone thinks that's me, so I didn't want to say Degen Spartan. Once I like took a picture of my hat and sent it to him so he could post it because everyone was like joking that he was.
I mean, he
me,
came
but
out of
then
retirement to
people
chill
forgot.
stable. Like, I don't think that was you.
Yeah. I never really like crossed over much with Degen Spartan. Like I only came to like know he existed in 2021, and I don't really know how. I wasn't really in this like synthetics that like he was in, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what he did. There's like people like CL that like sometimes seem really smart, and then like sometimes like, is this guy like the biggest fucking moron on planet Earth? Like I just can't tell. Like is he doing this on purpose, or is he just an idiot? Like he just like does the like smartest thing you've ever seen in your life, and yeah. I think Shoku from Trade XYZ is also like a multi-generational talent. He's like super successful at just several different things all in at the same time, and yeah, I actually get very annoyed by like people who are polymathic.
I don't even know what that means. Polymathic.
Like if you're a polymath, you like can speak like multiple languages, like you can do multiple things to like a really high degree of proficiency.
Got it.
And like I'm like, dude, I can barely do like 3 things at like human level proficiency. So like yeah, Shoku annoys me quite a lot because like he's just like better than me at everything, and I find that annoying. Like yeah.
What is the common thread between all of these
nature.
people? All these people that have really done it trading. I guess we'll use crypto because we're talking about crypto. Like, what is the common thread between all of them, if there is one? Maybe not the ones that have blown up, but the ones that have kept it. Like, how do you make $100 million in crypto?
I think that like common thread amongst all of them is that they are highly like self-directed. They like, of these people read crypto Twitter and then like go, ooh, what trade am I going to make based on like what other people have written on the internet, right? They're all highly opinionated and like self-directed, and they just think through these things themselves from first principles. It's like, what impact do I think this thing will have on the markets and why? And then like they record what they thought and then what the outcome was, and they try and like AI, right? You want to increase training data for yourself so that you can like learn what you did right, what you did wrong, and why, and then you can improve for next time. And all of these people have that. It's like they're like curious and like creative and first principles thinkers, and also have this recursive loop of upgrading their like mental model on the world with like some training data or something. The people that have blown up, the thing is just they take like so much risk, and the people that have kept it are like kind of like pussies. Like I feel like I'm kind of in this like second category of like, I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat, dude. Like I've been like fully risk on 4 or 5 times ever in my life, like fully maxed out, and like haven't used leverage in like half a decade, probably, maybe even longer.
Whoa.
Like I think people who have made it and kept it have been people who are satisfied with what they have. I think in financial markets, in crypto, it's really easy to be like a millionaire or a multimillionaire or like have 6 figures or whatever, be like, I'm doing badly and I'm broke because like that guy over there has more. I felt like there's quite a lot in 2021 actually, where like 3 Arrows like they started in like what, 2019, 2020, came out of nowhere. I've been doing crypto stuff since 2012, and within like 1 year they like double lapped me on like net worth, and then like with the rest of the year were like 15x lapped me or whatever, or 100x or whatever. I don't know what it was. I had this like sort of like, wow, am I an idiot? Like I've been doing this for so long. Like I've been, you know, like yeah, I like wasn't risk on enough. Maybe I wasn't smart enough. Maybe I wasn't tactical enough. And like I started to feel this like sort of envy, jealousy, that like just this like comparison being the thief of joy thing, where I had like my best year ever in like financial markets, and all I could think about was like
How much they
all
have.
these other guys just had a better year. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it, like, yeah, I think that mindset is like really poisonous. And I was really glad that I could get out of it quickly, because being thankful with what you have and not trying to, you know, take excessive risk to catch up with where you think other people are, or where you think you should be, or like the perfect version of you that made all the correct decisions. Ignoring that guy exists, and like not benchmarking to your like mental net worth all-time high or whatever. Just you know, like if I can make 20% this year, that's like one of the best returns in like
insane.
you know, for like you can make 20% every year. You're just like one of the best performing investors ever. So like doing like a 50x year or something and then being sad about it just seems very silly. And most of the people that I know that have like kept it have just been like happy with what they have, and like pleased that they get to have that kind of life, I guess. So
how much do you reflect on becoming Kobe on the internet? Do you regret becoming Kobe at this level? Because I would imagine if you, I mean, I get recognized on the street, so I would imagine if you were to walk down the street in New York City, you are very recognizable. And then also just you know, you said like I don't really want to tweet my thoughts because it has these second and third order effects that change people's opinions and their financial decisions that were just not intended when you made a joke or ripped your opinions on the internet. Like, do you regret becoming Kobe?
not really, dude, because like I like a lot of the like the way my life is because I like started this stupid Twitter account. So it would be ungracious and ungrateful of me to regret it, I think. I think I like occasionally regret doing the podcast.
Fair.
I think that was like unnecessary and like not clear what the upside for me was. Like I think that was mostly downside for me. Like I got a lot of weird people, like a couple of like stalky people.
Why
I got
did you
people
do
like
it?
turning up at my old house. I don't know. It was like COVID, dude. I was bored, sat at home all the time, nothing to do. There was no good podcast. Everyone was listening to Bankless and shit. Thanks.
Shout out to Bankless. Shout out to Bankless. Shout out to David. Shout out to Bankless.
You're probably more recognizable than I am because you've got such weird face and hair. So like,
You asked me to be
like,
cam on the Discord. I don't know why you did that. I think you wanted to look at me. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, like have you seen Shrek when he turns into a human?
Yeah.
You look a bit like that. So that's maybe what people are saying. They're like, dude, I recognize him from somewhere. I was like, oh, it's like, where's his donkey? I don't know. Yeah, I've been recognized in real life maybe like 3 or 4 times ever. Yeah, that doesn't really happen. But I don't go out very much, and I spend a lot of my time in like countries where no one will have watched apparently. So yeah, I also cut all my hair off, so you just wouldn't know who I was.
Really?
I got, dude, it's all gone.
Wow. Congrats. That's like a big life decision. That's not easy to do.
Dude, it was to grow up. It's time to grow up. It's time to get rid of it all. Ever since, my luck has gone though. Like every time I flip a client, it's the wrong way, and like every time I trade, it just fucking instantly goes against me. Like there's like some thing that I've lost now.
Damn. That's like an end of an era, man. I don't blame you for being cam off.
Well, now no one knows what I look like. So got a little bit of facial surgery, a little bit of lux maxing. So
is that part of the
yeah,
Coinbase criteria? Is like the Yankees, no facial hair? You look like Brian.
You basically have to become a clone of Brian. So like if Brian wants to rotate off, there's a new Brian ready to plug in. No, I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, like, yeah. I don't regret becoming Kobe. I occasionally regret like random things I like wrote or tweeted or whatever. But yeah, like what can you do? I was like your age, maybe you'll regret a lot of things. You seem like a lot more put together than I was when I
Really?
was 24, 25. Yeah, yeah, dude.
What were you doing when you were 24?
Drugs. I don't know.
Really? Like a lot of them?
Yeah. I I was relatively aimless, I think, and it was like what 12 years ago. So I was just getting into crypto. And maybe it was even a bit sooner. Like maybe going to crypto like when I was 22 or something. So I was a little bit aimless and like doing random startups and doing random like things, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do or why I wanted to do it. And that's why crypto was so exciting to me, because it was this like fun financial hobby where I could like, you know, it felt like a video game and I could like learn how to do it really well. And it sort of took a lot of my like directionless energy towards this like fun thing that I'd found. But yeah, I I certainly didn't have like a Polymarket and Phantom sponsorships with a barrel of oil and my like professional camera setup, sat in my New York apartment wearing a shirt.
This is new, by the way. I don't have cufflinks yet, so I'm trying to figure out how this works.
What a dinner lady is that was that thing in like American schools, like a dinner lady?
Like in the cafeteria?
Yeah. What do you call those people?
I don't know. Like a lunch lady?
And in the UK,
that's what I
dinner
call it. I
ladies.
call them a lunch lady. Yeah.
You look a little bit like that with
Dude,
that
come
shirt
on, man. Hey, tell me this.
on. Like a lunch lady.
What was the first 24, 25, 26, whatever? What was the first like what was the first thing that you bought that was like over $5,000? Like the first like expensive purchase you made?
I don't know. I don't really buy a lot of stuff.
No.
Yeah, I'm like a really boring person to ask this question to. I bought like I joined the Mac Mini hype. I got some Mac Minis for my open closet. Don't do anything anymore.
Did you build anything? Was that tweet real? That tweet wasn't real, was it?
I know, of course not. No, I was just
good. That was a good post.
You did. I don't really know. Oh, I tell you what, I bought my monitors flickered the other day, so I bought 2 of the like XDR Apple, like 10 grand each or whatever they are. I don't know how much they cost.
Nice.
Studio displays.
Okay.
For no reason. They're exactly the same as my previous monitor. It made no difference at all. But one of them did a little weird flicker, so I was like, "Fuck it! I need 2 new monitors." Clearly.
Congrats.
Otherwise, I'm relatively boring. I don't really buy very much stuff. Yeah.
Okay, give me this. No, don't do it. Don't do it yet. I have 2 minutes, and I'll let you go. 2. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. 2. Sign off for the crowd, then sign off for me, and I'll let you go. I could feel it. 2. Number 1 is, I don't know when the next. First of all, thank you for this is a lead. I won't glaze you yet, but thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming on. I think a lot of people wanted to hear from you for a while. Do you have like a parting message to crypto? Not parting, but like a sign off message for crypto, where a lot of people are sort of beating their head against the wall thinking, what the fuck do I do? Do you have sort of a closure on the crypto side of what's next?
Makes it sounds like I'm gonna die or crypto is gonna die if I'm doing that. It's like you like basically gonna go, can you do the obituary? Like I think that some reason over the last few years since FTX, and I think the reason is probably like lack of sustained trending easy investments, but I think people have become increasingly short term and desperate and panicked that every time the market goes down they think like this means it's over forever, and every time the market's going up they can't enjoy it because like they're constantly trying to sell the top. This probably serves some people quite well. My position is that like I think it's just much better to look like 5 and 10 years in the future. And if you think there is like something in the industry that in 5 and 10 years the chance of being important, then you should allocate some capital according to your own beliefs. If you are fundamentally bearish on everything and the only reason you're here is like to chase the dragon of some old times, then you should go pick up another hobby. Like people like Pokemon cards or whatever now, or sports cards, or One Piece cards, or go learn like get your agent harness working, or like I think you're fundamentally truly bearish on everything that's happening on the industry, and you just like making you like mad every day and not enjoying yourself, then you should like go quit. Like that's like, what are you doing here if you think this stuff is not going to be important in the future, but you're still trying to buy it and sell it? Like, go do something else with your time. If you think these things are important in the future, allocate accordingly. Yeah, like easy. It's like it's a marathon. Hey, in crypto, I was like, I'm gonna get rich so quick, dude. Like stuff's so easy. I'm gonna be fucking multi-millionaire in the next 3 months. It's a good way to build wealth, but it doesn't happen as quickly as you think it will happen. Like suddenly you've been here 4 years and you're like, I'm making some progress finally. So it's a bad way. It's a bad way to spend 4 or 5 years if you just don't believe in what you're doing, because you'll doubt yourself every single day. If you you just follow your own brain instead of listening to what people on the internet say, especially people that pretend to be cats or have broccoli for hair or pretend to be Kurt Cobain.
Beautiful. Okay, last question. I'll let you go. It's a selfish one I have to ask. It's like, I hate to glaze you. I didn't glaze you in the intro because you didn't give me any time. But I don't know. You're kind of one of my goats, if I'm being completely honest, man. It's like there's very few people in crypto have done it well, have kept it, and then done it with integrity, and then hit the climax and stuck the landing. I mean, you could
that, dude.
Say it again.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Like you really have. Like I think
gay,
people that spend too much time here get really cynical, where they just see scammer after scammer after scammer win, and there really aren't that many happy sort of endings on it. People could say what they want, but you've done it with integrity, and then you've just been helpful, man. Even in my own like journey on CT, like 2025, things got a little bit crazy, and you just like I never talked about it on stream because I know it's weird to talk about. It's private conversations, but you've just been like very helpful on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what the best way is to do it, what the future looks like. And so I am grateful for that. I do appreciate that. Can you give me some personal advice on what I'm doing, and also the sphere of like financial media, the stream, where this whole thing goes from here, trading your own book, whatever it is? Like where do you think this whole thing goes? And I'll let you leave us.
There's 2 things. Like one, like I think it's nice to be helpful to people. Like I think often it has actually been one of my main flaws in life. I think that is like a little bit like a golden retriever. It's like I see people, I just assume that they have like the same intents that I do. I think I assume that everyone is trying to do the right thing and do good, and like someone wants to be my friend just because they think I'm nice. Like this is like yeah, I've had like several betrayals and like bad outcomes from taking this approach to life. But I just feel like like often there's people, and I would have been in certain situations, and I would have loved some like help from someone that's had done something similar before. So I think reaching out and being generally like positive and helpful to people that you don't know, like only like makes your life richer and more enjoyable. So like I think that's just like a nice way to live life, is to like be optimistic and hopeful and connect with other human beings and stuff. Yeah, but on the stream, financial media, like what does the future hold? I think it's pretty interesting because like, I mean, you probably saw the acquisition of the AI podcast thingy. You're like, dude, like pivot to AI, pivot startups, dude.
Coinbase got any more?
I think, yeah, I think that interesting thing is there's like there's another K-shape, right? You have these podcasts like Call Her Daddy or whatever, I think is that the one that Kamala went on in the
Yes,
election?
yes.
So you have that where like they have like millions of viewers, right? It's one of the biggest podcasts, but the incremental value of a user is very low.
Yeah.
Because like what you're going to sell them, like I don't know, like a new fragrance or something. And even Joe Rogan's audience is like, what does he sell? He sells creatine or whatever. It's like he has tons and tons of users, but let's say each user is worth $3 or something.
Yeah.
In sort of, and then if you look at these more niche financial media companies, so like the startup one that got acquired by OpenAI is kind of an example. It's like hyper targeted on a really like high value population. So like you can have less viewers, but the like some unit economic contribution for every single one of those users might be like $10,000 instead of $3. I think that's pretty interesting. It's also interesting at scale, right? Because this like high value user is typically the user that's like early to something.
Yeah.
So they're like a good like cohort to grow with. I reckon that in the next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, there will be a finance native like clavicular kind of person. You know what I mean? Like he's like the face of Lux Maxing or whatever. And often like a person that's attached to a trend. Like Andrew Tate was like you know, it for like whatever sort of genre was, and then I reckon there will be one for actively someone that takes a bunch of positions in public and shows their life and the ups and downs of thing that like I guess you lived, I lived, and a lot of people on the stream listening to the stream live, but like sort of glamorizing that. And because like my version is just like me in like my pants and at home doing nothing, or like you know, like fucking Nando's or something. So like there'll be like a young person that does it in a cool way. And I think they'll also be very talented in the markets, sort of like a Magnus Carlsen financial markets. You know what I mean? Like cool personality, but they're phenomenally talented. And starting to suspect it could be this Leopold guy. Do you know who I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Leopold?
It's a generational run.
Yeah. But he's not really doing the media stuff so much. But like he's clearly phenomenally talented, for at least from what seeing. Maybe I just see like bad info or something. So I think there will be it's not clear to me if the media it will be a media company that captures these people like a sort of journalistic format, sort of like interviewing the interesting people, or if it will be like a clavicular type format where like interesting person is the content. But the desire for people to make money on their own in unique ways just seems to be going up, and those people tend to like congregate around content creators. And like, you know, like does anyone know where BitBoy is, by the way? Like he seems to be completely off the radar. He went to jail for a little while, but
I don't know
like
what is.
You think about BitBoy 2021, right? Like went from having 0 followers on YouTube to like having millions of followers on YouTube.
Yeah, fast.
And in 1 year with like relatively mediocre content as well. Like not like if the stars align, someone has good content on a good year with like, you know, this roaring kitty type phenomenon, I think there's going to be like a 10x version of that, where there might be like some market destabilization that's like relatively serious or something, but maybe this person eventually goes to jail. Who knows?
I was excited.
I can see that. I can see that happening. Yeah, just if you interview them on your podcast, make sure you put a disclaimer that you're not platforming and endorsing them. So if I go do some scam tomorrow, dude, you're in trouble somehow. I don't know how that works, but that's what happened to me.
I'll call Brian if anything happens. Kobe, dude, thank you. This was incredible. I wasn't trying to ever get the Kobe interview, but it always comes at the right time. Yeah, you're the GOAT, bro. Thanks for coming on. Is there anything else you want to say? Sign off,
dude,
chill.
Dude, love you. Bye.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you. Bye.
Have a good one, man. Peace. Man. Man, shout out to fucking Kobe. I'm telling you that By the way, he's so right. 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 Everybody wants to trade. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to speculate. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. We're the hub for speculation, man. This is what everybody wants to do. Everybody will trade. Everybody's interested. Everybody's trying to find alternative ways to make it on the internet. That's what we do here, man. That is what we do. Okay, look, I want to give a rant, bro. I got to piss so bad. I was about to pee in a cup, but I was scared that if I did it on stream, it would like be a little leakage. So hold on. I'm back in literally 30 seconds. BRB. Is honestly generational. And the thing about it that's so cool is that, you know, you would expect a Kobe at this point to just say, fuck it, I'm cynical. You know, I've honestly always kind of imagined him as a little bit cynical, right? You would think that you make all this money, you spend 15 years, whatever, in crypto. He's been here for how long? Who even knows? You've seen ICOs, you see 2013, you see 2017, and then you get DeFi Summer, ICO blow up, DeFi Summer blow up. You see the NFT thing, you see that blow up. You see the AI season, you see that blow up. You see Pump Fund season, you see that blow up. You see the Trump coin, you see Melania, you see Libra, you see all that blow up. Then you get Pasternak, you see all that blow up. Like, most people, I feel like, that make a lot of money from crypto say fuck crypto at the very end. They just do. This is just a natural progression of the way that things work. But the thing about Kobe being so optimistic is that he makes a relatively irrefutable point, which is that anything you could have ever wanted to happen with crypto is happening and has happened. The only thing is price is bad, right? But the problem is we look at a lot of these things streaming daily, talking about these topics daily, and we're looking at 15-minute charts, but you come at it from the angle of the 5 years, 10 years, and it just like feels like you're right. You know, I don't know. You just like, it feels right. And it's one of these things, like, I don't think we'll ever be able to get away from crypto. It's just too exciting what happens here. You just find yourself, like, the thing that here's the thing. The thing that I've found is that by being this product that I've referenced of crypto Twitter and just spending, I mean, bro, I have 200,000 tweets. I basically dedicated my life to CT over the last 5 years. You find yourself just super early and on point and on the ball for the next trend every single time. Like, you just do. I don't know if it's because crypto is right. It's because crypto's ideal. If it's the people here, if they're still going to be here, if they're gone, whatever it is. I don't exactly know what forces allow this to happen, but it is very much the case that by spending so much time here, you're just on the ball to the next thing. And it doesn't really feel like that's going to change, right? Because you have this silver run. Cool. Crypto traders are on it. Trading metals, trading commodities. And you have this oil Middle East situation. And it's like, okay, a lot of the smartest crypto guys, we're reading their tweets, right? Even the more like TradFi adjacent, the PP poo-poos of the world, like, we're reading their tweets. They're giving the best coverage. They're trading oil the best. And it feels like this is a trend that's just going to continue to evolve and play out in our favor. The other thing about it as well is I just think it's been my thesis from why I started doing financial media and streaming. It's that everybody wants to speculate. I really believe this. It's the Amit thesis. It's our thesis. Like, the retail group of traders that want to speculate and that are now able to be profitable because everybody else is doing the same thing. I think it's up only. And so, yeah, I don't know. He has some sick takes. Like, I also like what the practical structure of companies has changed, right? Way less people can exit way faster in 2026. And so you have really high upside to go find the smartest person you know and get a founding engineer type of equity allocation and work on this thing for 6 months and try to fucking exit or hit the big one, hit the Peter Steinberger open claw. I think that's a really good take. And bro, I think he's absolutely right on the financial media. It's like, there's probably going to be 10 claviculars. By the way, Cursor sold it. Cool. Cursor, whatever. We'll look at it in a minute. There's probably going to be 10 financial claviculars, brother. There's going to be blow ups out of this because I think we go back in the direction of niche. We go back in the direction of pointed. You go in the direction of like super high value audience where there's like, I don't know, there was 900 people watching Kobe at the top on Twitch. Okay. What do you think was the cumulative net worth of the 900 that showed up to watch that stream on Twitch? It's bro, it's high. It's probably more than some nation states, right? It's probably more than some third world countries. Okay. And so you would look at it from a traditional media standpoint and be like, whatever, what's 1,000 viewers? It's like, whatever. But you look at it from the angle of like, yeah, there's probably $5 billion plus $10 billion watching that stream. It makes way for the Clavs of the world to have these like prolific rises because think about it. It's like the financial and social power behind it is so high and aggressive. It's so aggressive. It's sort of like no comparison. Even in the startup world, it's like, yeah, a lot of these tech startup guys do really well. And if Mark Zuckerberg is watching, fine. But the finance guys just have asymmetric access to wealth. You really do. That's the one thing about crypto they'll never be able to take away. Is that for all the scams, for all the bullshit, for all the fuckery that's happened, the people that really did it in crypto, they did it, brother. They really walked away with fucking the big one. It was a good interview. You've gotten really good interviews. Thank you, Mato. It's I've interviewed you 100 times. This is the one thing you could never take away from crypto is the people that really did it here. They really did it. They really, really, really did it. They really hit the big one. They really hit these trades. They really pocketed it. Think about how many people from early like ETH ICO days, early BTC days walked away with 8, 9, 10, 11 type figure outcomes, right? To me, that's always been the crypto story is you could come here and you can really get rich. You can come here and you can really get rich. And there's few places where that exists. There just is. AI is another one right now, but it's harder to do it in AI, I would say. I don't know if it's harder, but it's different. Different skills required. It's like you have to come build something. It's harder. It's a lot harder to do. It's different brain required, right? To build something. To dev something, to found something, to code something. And that story for crypto, as long as that story exists, I mean, you saw an asteroid. People made 7 figures in this asteroid token. Sentiment pico bottom. And so there's few places where that can exist. And for as long as that's the story for crypto, this will continue. For as long as that's the story where you can, as a retail trader, hit these massive roaring kitty type outcomes, as long as these characters are alive, financial media is infinite and people wanting to speculate in markets is infinite. I'm going to drop this right now just because I know a lot of people came for Kobe and are dipping. If you fuck with me, if you like me, I have this Telegram. It's called The Pit. I'm schizo. I type in there all day. You can try it out, see if you hate me. I have to drop it right now because there's some new people here. But if you want to join, go ahead. I type when I'm live. I type trade ideas. I type on there more than I type on Twitter, to be honest. Trade ideas, what I'm in, what I'm out of, what I'm thinking, what I'm interested in goes in there a lot. We sort of got derailed. I was going to cover car short squeeze, and I was going to cover a lot of this. I had a lot of topics. I was going to cover car short squeeze, which is insane. Look at this fucking thing. We're going to cover this. Nuts. I was going to cover the hot ball of money. Sisyphus has me blocked, but has some really good takes about there's just this new flow in markets. Kobe talked about it as well. There's this new flow where you could just get these he said, I always thought crypto would trade more like TradFi. Now TradFi trades like crypto. That's why I think we're uniquely positioned to bink trades like HIMS, right? TradFi trading like crypto, that we could really do that. So I had this on the topic. We'll cover it tomorrow. We had HIMS getting vamped by Amazon on here. We'll cover that tomorrow. We were going to do HIMS bull case as well. We were going to do new Apple CEO, Ferrari new EV. There's a lot of shit here. If this peptides article, we'll read this tomorrow as well. Warsh just spoke. We were going to do that. And then we were going to cover the Arbitrum thing. But I'm not even that interested in covering the Arbitrum stuff right now, to be honest. It's pretty like either nothing burger or just doomer. And so I'm not that excited about it. And then also, yes, SpaceX just acquired Cursor for more than 50 billion, which is nuts. More than 50 fucking B's. It's crazy. You said look at XMR. Wow, 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 wow. Shout out to Wavy 80. Is he still here? Wavy 80 from the fucking pit binked this, by the way. Is he still here? Wavy 80 from the pit, brother. Binked this. What a fucking trade. What a fucking trade. You called it though. Hey, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So look, if you're interested in this type of content, if you're interested in markets, if you're trading crypto, you're interested in stocks, if you're interested in stocks, if you're trading stocks, you're interested in crypto, or if on both segments you're interested in commodities, look, I think what we're doing here is gonna be the biggest thing in the world. It's like my only goal with this stream is figure out how to get rich and figure out how to get smart. That's all we do. Every day we show up to stream, we get a little bit smarter on a couple topics. We're in a better position to get rich. You guys are in a better position to get smarter, to make me smarter, to make all of us rich. It's the only, I don't know, it's the only thing I'm interested in showing up for. Talking about finance in these markets, learning about finance in these markets. It's the only thing that's like remotely interesting to me. And so we basically do it all day, every day. I'm alive 3:30, 3:45-ish p.m. EST. I don't have a Kobe on every day, but we get a sick guest every week, every couple weeks. Also, if you're like new gen 24, came for Axiom, meme coins, whatever, I'm just gonna tell you, bro, Kobe is like, look, it's kind of like cliche to glaze him. It's maybe become contrarian to glaze him because he's kind of like, he's not as active as he used to be, but he's just like, to me, he's the godfather of CT. Like he is. He's the godfather of CT. This place exists not because of him. It would exist without him, and it will exist after him, but he played a massive role on it. Like when I showed up to CT 2020, 2021, it was just like Kobe was just like it, bro. I don't know what to tell you. He just was it. I have so many people, at least as far as I understand. I'm low on this totem pole of like understanding the lore, but I have a decent grasp of it now. He's like everyone's favorite trader's favorite trader, everyone's favorite thinker's favorite thinker. He's one of the only ones that never fucking sold out, never launched the scam, never got involved in a scandal. Yeah, there was the FTX thing, but bro, FTX sponsored Tom Brady. Like, never got involved in any fuckery, never fucked anyone. Just moved the right way the whole way when there was no playbook. I sort of feel like I came up with the Kobe playbook, watching how he moved and thinking to myself, I want to be him. I came through CT thinking about I want to be Kobe. I want to be Kobe. I didn't realize you had to be a generational trader and thinker and like brainiac to be able to do it. But I feel like I pulled up through CT being like, I want to be that. I want to be him. I want to move like him. I want to think like him. I want to talk like him. I want to be articulate like him. I want to do the podcast like him. I want to be able to tweet like him. Like I don't know. I never glazed it to his face, but it was always that's just like the blueprint. That's who you wanted to be. You wanted to be Kobe. And for a space that is pretty just covered with scams and garbage and bullshit, for the person that had the most pressure, in my opinion, the most pressure, the most eyeballs, and the most weight on his shoulders to make it happen, he just like made it happen. And honestly, man, Kobe, like, shit got crazy 24, 25, early 25, right? Like, my life got fucking crazy. Things got weird. Things got a lot of hate. It got loud. It got all over the place. And I'll never forget Kobe, like, calling me, hitting me up and being like, how could, like, you know, talk to me. What's up? Hit me. What's up? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to take this? And like, what is the best way to get there? Because this right now is a mess. Figure it out. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is a mess. You know? And so it was fucking, it was lit. Like, he was the truth. You get the phone call from like your goat who you've never spoken to ever. And he's like, all right, let's what do you want to do? You want to keep doing media? Cool. We got to take it this direction. And so then boom, 4 months later, we relaunched Counterparty with a co-founder, Malcolm, saved my life. And we fucking, not that we weren't doing it the right way before, but we focus on how we're going to do it. We do it intentionally. It's not about right way or wrong way, but it was do it intentionally, you know? And it was a total like, what do you want in return? You want to invest? What do you want? It's like, I don't want shit. I actually don't want to hear from you again. I just wanted you to like, fucking, you seemed fine. I wanted you to just figure it out. I'm like, all right, bet. Cool. Come back and do it with intention. That was the whole thing. It's like, what are you doing here? What's the point of this? What's the goal of this? Why are you doing this? And so why do you want to do this? And so after that, I was like, damn, this is my goat, really. Yeah, the cursor thing is huge. And so there's really, you look at CT now and it's like there isn't that many people there's not that many aspirational people left on crypto Twitter. There's not that many people you could look at and be like, I want to be him. There just isn't. This is part of the problem, I think, with CT. And so for a lot of people, like the fact that he was able to, I don't know, he just like showed you how to do it. Exit a Coinbase 400 mil at the top. It's like, there you go, done. It's possible. It could be it. Is just generational, man. I don't know. Stayed away from all the meme coin stuff. Just like did it the right way. So I don't know. Kobe, it's my goat. You can call him on, call him washed, whatever, but he just, I don't know, he did the thing. He did the thing. Yeah, now we have Axiom. Who do you think is it right now? I don't know, man. I would like to become it. Who's your Mount Rushmore? Fuck. My Mount Rushmore of what? Of CT? I'll get you the watch list tomorrow. I don't know how to send the watch list. Let me get you it tomorrow. Pull up tomorrow, double. CT is what you want. Did you cop the watch? I did cop the watch. Yeah, I did. I gotta pay him. They're fucking on my ass. They're on my ass to pay him. Yeah, they're on my ass to pay him. Mount Rushmore of CT. I mean, it's probably like Kobe for sure. Gainsey was always on mine. GCR, but I never really like knew GCR like that. I'm gonna be honest, because he's so he was so like aura farmy back in the day. Gainsey, Ansem 20. It depends on the era, by the way. If it was like first cycle or second, but Ansem obvious. It's definitely like Kobe. It's definitely Kobe, Ansem, and like the top three's got to be Kobe, Ansem, and like we're going 24 on. It's probably Flood. A main. I didn't really know Thicky until late, so I'm not like nostalgic for Thicky. You know, that's my brother. I'm pretty nostalgic for Gainsey. You could argue Frank for sure. I'm not gonna lie. You could argue Frank, but that's 24 era on. Like the 21 era. The 21 era to me is probably Kobe, Ansem late, and like Hasaka, who I was just like, or Loomdart. I was obsessed with Loomdart. Shout out to Loom. I was obsessed with Loomdart. I was obsessed with Gainsey. I wanted to be Gainsey in 2021. I did. I wanted to be Gainsey. My all-time Mount Rushmore, if you really want it, 5. I could just say 5. Is probably Kobe, Ansem, Base 16Z. Maybe Jez, maybe Gainsey, maybe, I don't know. Those are my top 3. Kobe, Ansem, Base. Those are my top 3. Those are my top 3. Tatrini, he doesn't count for CT. He's not CT. He doesn't count for CT in my opinion. TradFi is a whole different game. I don't even have a Mount Rushmore for TradFi. I wasn't. Oh, Lolliot should be in mine, but he just like retired too early. It's hard to like put Lolliot in there. If we're just doing like the year 2024, I would put Lolliot in there, but not for all time. Does Roaring Kitty count? No way. I don't really know Light, to be honest. I don't really know Light. Justin Sun, I was not really like aware of. Like you show up to the space 2020, it's so euphoric. It's hard to navigate. You don't really know who's who. I like didn't really understand how like big Suzu was. I didn't really understand how big Justin Sun was. I didn't understand who like a lot of these. When I showed up at 21, I didn't understand who a lot of these people were. I just understood who the tweeters were. I knew the tweeters. It's like the cool crowd like tweeters were who I knew. So yeah, that is what it is. Nah, Murad deserves love for sure. Murad's one of the GOATs, but he's not on my Mount Rushmore, I don't think. Because I just like remember Murad like before he was Murad. I thought he was sick, but I don't know. I feel like I watched it too closely. So it is what it is. Anyways, I got a physical therapy appointment. Look, we do this every single day. My only goal is to get smarter and to fucking get rich trading. It's the only thing I'm interested in. All I care about is these financial markets. It's all like, honestly, it's all I care about. It's the only thing I'm interested in. It's the only thing I'm excited about is doing this every single day. Monday through Friday, 3:30, 3:45 to 6:30, 3 hours a day. What do you do in physical therapy? I have a torn labrum. I tore my labrum. I got a PRP injection, so I'm trying to heal my shoulder. We're live every single day. We have some sick guests. Damn. Hey, can I say the guests that just said they're down? Because we have like a hype crowd. Tulip King, you think I can say who just said they're down? It's gonna be a while though. Maybe I don't want to like front run the dopamine. Should I say it? All right. I don't want to front run the dopamine, but fuck it. Let's just pull my dopamine forward and have a terrible day in the future. H-Rock threadguy stream coming soon. Might be a couple weeks. Probably gonna be a couple weeks, but we got the confirmation that H-Rock's gonna come on the stream. So sometime in the near future, I'll let you know that one's coming. And the other one is I should have asked Kobe to help get Michael Saylor on the stream. I'll probably do it, but we're working hard. H-Rock stream locked. Not a date yet. It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit. He's busy. He's doing a lot of shit. He's in China. He's traveling, and then we're working to get Michael Saylor on for sure. But look, I think what we're doing is gonna be huge because I think the coolest part about this stream, I'm not gonna lie, is to watch the pit. It's to watch y'all show up, same cohort, show up to the stream every single day. It's honestly become an actual community. Show up to this chat every single day, get smarter, see like Wavy and OG Binka trade in public. It's fucking lit. You guys are getting smart. You guys are getting talented. I feel like I'm getting smarter. We're getting better. It's the only thing we do every day. 3:30 p.m. EST. I'm not gonna lie. Kobe, I can say it before I leave, was probably the interview I wanted the most. Just gonna throw that out there. So that was lit. He just called. I wasn't prepared for it. I don't know how it was, by the way. He's kind of carries really hard. I don't know how it was. I was not prepared at all. He just DM'd me and said, let me come on right now. I said, right now? He said, right now. Send me a link. And so I was like, fuck, all right, let's fucking lock in and try to. I had nothing prepped, obviously. So I wanted to just ask him crypto shit, but then also like life stuff. What do you do? Get some lore from him. So that was, I don't know. That's what it was. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you're new here and you enjoy this type of stuff, I think you'll very much enjoy our stream, enjoy our community, enjoy what we're doing. Every single day we're live, 3:45, call it EST. Community's lit. Everyone's lit. Shane Copeland, we're working on it. And he's a busy guy, man. He's a busy guy. They're shipping perps. He's a busy fucking guy, but we'll get Shane at some point. And let's be great. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will catch you when I catch you. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your day, living motherfuckers. Peace.